Sir, Father Bongo. Yes. Father Bongo no yesiama mo. Wafaman Polosia. Yara me come in family no dano and the yara. Wa promise boys ne se bibia be fa boys nso ye nyagidi gi se hete ansana ya tudin defender mu nyina no mu so no ne no pai tuchi yan ewo on Facebook adwuma no ye be kakra ewo ho Sports and Recreation Minister Honorable Kofi Idi Adams enra the tennis wo hwe se pro so a Central for tuchi no na chese wo PM ewo ga manche na tena ye na okoye no na king takiteiku suru the second and obo modern eko visit no ni nyina no world cup abusia Ghana eko akosia kan okopani nsam hira as minister yekone ko yi a yebabo mini afram ti na osame bo modern na me de visit no de eko yewie pa na makai ne se na sase so enche na African Senior Athletic Championship eno so ebeba so ewo ho intin sahono okoye no na yebusa ne sentia visit na kopiem ewo ga manche na so ye.
We are here ostensibly because Your Majesty have provided a very conducive atmosphere that have enabled governance to move on smoothly within the Ghana state and by extension impacting all the other regions. This is saying that the head affects all the other parts of the body. And if things are going right as they are going, it is because His Majesty have created an atmosphere that governance is functioning very well and effectively and is impacting in every region. As Minister responsible for sports and recreation, since my assumption of office, we have traveled from good to good and from strength to strength. We have reached a point that we cannot continue to stay away from His Majesty. It has gotten to that point that we needed to come home and to come for even more blessings.
Na enyanko anwa se Ghana yenya qualification na World Cup no yense ko bie na yi wanim sam unim group e wo mu dada enche dunye na yewram ni nyina ka ho na ye bedu nsam hira as blasters na men so wodi bia gu me so
to inform him officially that his team, the Black Stars, through his prayers and support, have qualified for the World Cup, and this will be our fifth. And in this World Cup, we are going to be playing against our colonial master and others. We are very convinced that victory will be ours with his blessings. Our first game that comes off on the 17th of June in Toronto, Canada, against Panama. And then we have our second game that will happen on the 23rd of June in Boston against England. And then our third group match will be against Croatia on the 27th in Philadelphia. So 2 group matches in the United States of America and 1 in Canada. Before then, we would also have some friendlies before we go for the competition.
Yes, we and somewhere ekopiemu ewo ga manche na so ye ebra sports and recreation minister pay visit de ekoya inshano wako akosrebie na abusua yenko yenimo yeda so gina blasters yenhye ne kama ya ka cho se nyame admo echina blasters head coach Carlos Cruz gibre no ne centralfo wiase nyina ofiri ba bi kra na wo ba obetuma ba Ghana ba bia wo bia nutu ni nata so camera ni so na afei ye ni nkomo the opposite wotinum we ya na chese aka enafo enum na World Cup no ye wuram e wa June busumi no mu, which of course Blasters of Ghana will be there. Fraunia na unia so mfenua say today's sports ne bre no enoa enie anopa is seated a sports lawyer Baba Isa ya na okom kakra ewo amanone de mayen na owia ye di mu nkomo na ye de ne ankasa ye fie de enso aba abeto aso na ensemo ho lawyer akwaba
ofameto so
saboko de
nyame adom gusu sha bia fine
good chairman ho ye
chairman of Usuai
chairman Alezwa so ka
chairman Alezwa ho ye ɔsɛ ne kɔtɔkɔ na tete no
but
maka chance season we there onyina come and free so now let's hope for next season
fantastic
be koye
what no free year future ni year
sana meka chere no
na eno inter de name word you come back no
yes as a Fabregas I can say the quality of Inter no want to be compare ni Como team no with Inter so Inter omo 3-2 after say omo call 2-0 down on benya 3 goals at the winning game no Coppa Italia.
Ian Rosini has omo like attitude na there.
Also the attitude of his players no credit so different in the players no for some time but no there also jagu omo so say attitude of Chelsea players no na ninja ho. Yes, and your manager and seven no.
Na Toy Boy say anya na den.
And I thought Bolly called dressing room and the bofu were expressing anger to the players with Nema Ekosono untiminya happy with Bona Chelsea. Airborne 5 Premier League matches without good results. This is not Chelsea. And no expressing anger to the players.
Ateta so ne Arsenal contract 97.
Say they all say Arsenal phone paying for train. Your boss season we are. Now Fema decided say Mikel Arteta your man contract extension and I say Mikel Arteta in so so be extend you this year we season no.
Papa say man players in lose focus.
Yeah, so see it's focus. Mom trimunya mo de say na no na Arsenal echo lose to Bournemouth. They say you're running against Burnley about 70 goals difference. Bet me ability the table. That be my emphasis on she trim. You focus.
Vini ne Florentino Perez on something to say.
Meeting because so na meeting a board members ni bi busa Florentino Perez say opening Vini in 70 saying no se munjai mame. Munjai ni na mame. Vini will stay. Inti munjai ni na mame.
Messi is the best player ever in history. Why not can
Luis Figo says Senkaline on Messi or Portugal and Comaje World Cup.
Hey.
Nah, he's Arsenal das mambo. Luis Figo said Senkaline on Messi or Portugal mamwa ka Portugal World Cup. Were the best player ever assassin so.
Yeah, brother sports player I say a lot and what they ever by way of foreign news. Ewo amanani we are yebeba na yaba behwe de etodwa ewo efie na Blasters egu ahombobo no so a unse after say appointment of Carlos Queiroz no me no ka say de coach say num a omo bedi na chi assistant 1 assistant 2 assistant na say physical trainer omo nyina penimfo ahye ne fe ya no aka say chena one central force beje brena fi omahia ewo Alisa Hotel yababa na yaba behwe Blasters honsem kakra na Samuel Osekofo Bayamunchim Blasters e de futu obi dia magana se football na ye ne se ye nyema se ya enche o ma bia ne hwa betima gyan nanim minim de Ghana ya ama Samekofo ka sa ensem wei a lot of fans and akọ e de ama clubs no so far as Ghana Premier League is concerned. Kotoko e bia wasa omo ani adie so Hoho United abegene de bechem Malam Yaya a lot na ye behwe de omkoye ya e de aso twen no e de aba na miguso kasa asem na no pay senti also twen ye no ye te se Kotoko ese da bi so bona mo de boye no ehun sika no match nti Kotoko betima ya appeal na yebeba na yabedi ho enkomo na yakọhwe sports and recreation minister honorable Kofi Idi Adams ono so epi ketizi call ede kopiem ewo gamanche na tena ye eno so yebebe de ordinamo a wode ekopiem share on Facebook Oyerepa Radio Oyerepa TV on Facebook and pay sitting in for the legend Sometymer Otuo-Acheampong Otayechi our back a striker Obojibu will be here na captain Akomiesechi Sir Obed Kofi Zakito omunyina beba Samuel Clemens and Solomon Carter Shaker Visa the darling boy amonso ama production no ayekama urem ewo hodia na chese yes born again obese omunyina room ho achimo omunyina so eka ho e de en beto so na ko MC aso amonso badwuma ye pa so eye 9:49 yakoba ye beba behwe na wasom dwenti Franco Benjamin Denta JM Ado and Sons ne ya Compu Ghana Solomon Carter nso di binam yɛde nyinaa ɛbɛbrɛ baba Ghana for atwɛn sɛ 950 deɛ ma yɛnti deɛ ɛtodwa ɛwɔ amanane
enti anɔpɛi yɛkonkofo nkroso nsɛm a edi adencheche nsɛm a anɔpɛi ebumfumpa ɛwɔ nkofo nkroso no yɛde ho nsɛm ato yɛnahwɛfoɔ ɛne yɛnetiefoɔ ne yɛ live ɛwɔ Oyerepa TV ɛne yɛ live ɛwɔ Oyerepa 100.7 FM on Facebook pages no Oyerepa TV Ghana and answer Oyerepa TV Ghana. Not wasan search for Oyerepa Radio o confirm stories nina ewo ho anopay na washa comment me ba na ofatu no boase akenkan nina amon said yesem ene said ye efata yewo 50 days to the Mundial 2026 FIFA World Cup Mexico, United States of America, Canada and a joint host na anopay and round him Diego Armando Maradona Nebanom and some P by Emma yet the World Cup no come on anopay ya Kaiwo say aka 50 days 2010 World Cup South Africa and a hostie men kai Ghana for ya obekaya and some P and a CC na Ghana for Billy Pa Sebekoye enti anopay get to the 2010 FIFA World Cup na final match no onim se Spain eseba ko Netherlands abusuam enti mi anti game travel here to extra time tianwa kai ase nso the match no ya boy e was Soccer City in Johannesburg na 11th July 2010 na Netherlands Spain and Spain forum etim eje sadanom 84,490 spectators tienye our Soccer City ho Johannesburg 84,490 and a koya homokokom ekokobo mani akonhoma Howard Wap and na England refia Otuo-Acheampong our game num na tienye the 5-time champions Brazil forum the most successful side in the World Cup Chelsea seize title in 2026 Don Carlo Ancelotti at the Atuja say Nania Ajani say any bebre any national team no ho na ebanisa yana emfa pressure bia emfanto so say I Brazil form a favorite for the World Cup this time Satag anyhow and then someone and no if you ever to say oh Oyerepa TV says yeah a 2010 World Cup finals and Netherlands and Spain eco finals and here they atos no say I Robinum at the born in Namwa and ya day Elianom African spear known for Spain Nanya Samketo Andres Iniesta and that important goal at the Emma woman anti Luis Figo store our World Cup in seminum Luis Figo de Atujam say ano Luis Figo de ano Luis Figo fi say no Ukraine senka Lionel Messi our Portugal keke say enka Portugal already enka at least one World Cup there enka amatimi awenem Lionel Messi is the best player ever in history and Luis Figo ninsama oti Atujam and nano pay mami ko Spain na anopay yenin komo kakra e was Spain live on Oyerepa 100.7 FM live on Oyerepa TV anopay na abusiam Avaro Abeloa Diamete HM se oni Danny Kawaya woman temnom engo Danny Kawaya pese oko 2026 FIFA World Cup and manager nso enya na adwen se masa odrebe ko World Cup no mra omobo no bie and Luis de la Fuente enti amani team manager Alvaro Arbeloa honen ntem enwo enram after say Madrid 18 kunim ewo Alaves so ekamienu a wo mo team baakom ena ochem sem sansem nina eye yesi eye benwa eye antei ontimi nka emfa ntransen trefo se no kure wom ena yesema Alvaro Abeloa at the 220 match highlights Emra Kylian Mbappe Peja Bobby at the Tottenham na Vinicius Junior and so the Bako account Samatram and a that screen so who should be an pay Florentino Perez or your president Emma Madrid na I say a very vive Madrid project no I say oh believe our project to him man for say I and I say Tom Vinny na Mbappe about Vinny ho as a question team ni balance I say or shabom at the ache Madrid fans say nyankopon bua sama how better players aba team no benya balance team no or GDA say quality party ultimate baby and kasa Vinicius Junior ni quality ultimate baby and kasa Kylian Mbappe any quality how baka say Olivia Tchouameni only quality and din house and nom more quality nom enti at the back community beef up the squad and yansma urano at the air tuja or say board nom enjoy Vinicius Junior and seven and from manobate here see Vinicius Junior da bekra and Western Day at the Madrid on Crano or Befi Madrid.com and ya jaja and all country Madrid and penning for some munjai sa story na mame Vini Batnam no atroso ya juma ama Madrid bokorum na Alvaro Abeloa Denesi enra Jude Bellingham we at every game no say oh lawyer come on Sometymer we are same obi antimintiase se nano ewo Munich no boy no 90 minutes na ofi premu bae enche against Alaves ya renem now say me man rest kakra eno team na me yinom at no every game no din housing at the atuja say adia aka consistency and cry womone Barcelona again behind onim say na FC Barcelona Celta Vigo ningina monom womo win ye de 6 points obinim de besichna enti I was consistency etimi aya jumam ene ensema akodanom ade atudwam ene anopa me fi madada so ya me ko FC Barcelona na demete sa Hans Flick oyetrene ema FC Barcelona pencil players be down se de tie bia osem empirifo ede sa players na eba Mikel Oyarzabal anase Manuel Ugarte afe Julian Alvarez Sehu Guirassy Victor James Osimhen when we players what amudin ede agu krata so say empirifo emphasize players bi emram na amaya jumam ema FC Barcelona na Sergino Dest or say Barca still aye ne die so say obetimi aboa na wasia kaima Barca din crew outdoor and Sergino Dest nensema odi etudwam yanko England na fe yenim komom ewo England anopay na Craig Burnley at the atudwa senu Ukraine. This is not Chelsea and now Chelsea against Brighton ewo the American Express Community Stadium now yes Chelsea come in sir Chelsea antimi no buza no say Didier Tabri Joba Chelsea ni eniana Michel Ballack Chelsea ni eniana na mpemfo we se Chelsea fans na nyamra wo me good team no opam Enzo Maresca obody e be suit Chelsea players no akwa fam matrama kwa polom coach etnaba Liam Rosino akwa no sa ene nsema Craig Burnley ati atudwam ene anopay na Didier Tabri Joba na no to nsem no ne nsem nyina ene se Chelsea project no Ukraine I say honest no em say project na amoya na amontiase I say in football coach bia ene his philosophy besi ne onima de kodientia Enzo Maresca mpenifom ejana kwan se Enzo Maresca emfitim no masa eduaba na udua na soba ena mpenifom etenom ene ye Didier Tabri Joba nsema oti atudwam ene anopa Liam Rosina eti atudwa sa the general attitude the spirit was lacking against Brighton Chelsea manager and HM say the attitude of Chelsea players and afenema amuyem our president so na emwa amunya 3 points no Jomi Carragher on Chelsea emra womudin kugo ade atia Brighton and on say Chelsea am from Swakese sa Enzo Maresca womo pam no o say sanka Brighton team way Enzo Maresca na tibencho o say Enzo Maresca hwe kranom FIFA Club World Cup obia enwa juma Enzo Maresca Chelsea eboye na man for krasem omo favorite for the English Premier League opening anya de enra game no ba na wie ye Todd Boyle echo dress dressing room na Todd Boyle do dressing room no and yana ne boafu keke bi Chelsea players no masa ocho investment ya ye wo team we mu niema ye edi ama players na ye disafata say ye nya better results na about 5 matches you say and ye put team no enti enra were expressing anger to the Chelsea playing body and watch him ochemu say Liam Rosinoa openinum I was say otimi peta ne motimbo kakram na full time reaction after say Chelsea abusuafom amulusu a 5th Premier League game in a row against Brighton saying the course of coach.
Well, what a contrast as the two managers shake hands at the end. Fabian Hurtela's side on the rise. A brilliant performance by Brighton. It's a 6th win in their last 8 Premier League games. It takes them above Chelsea into the top 6, and so much to admire about it. They could have scored even before the 3rd minute when Ferdi Kadioglu gave them the lead. They had to wait until the second half for the second. Hinchelwood with his 2nd Premier League goal of the season, and then off the bench came Danny Welbeck to make it 3. But for Chelsea, an historically bad run. 5 Premier League games, 5 top division games, without a clean sheet, without a goal. And they went down with barely a whimper here at Brighton tonight. Their season continues to unravel. They've got a semi-final up and coming at the weekend, but on this sort of form you fear for them there. There will be repercussions for this. The fans are unhappy.
Enti enra no de to dwamra Chelsea lusu ye ewo American Express Community Stadium Liam Rosinoa de nsem to dwam or see if you can't handle that you shouldn't be here and not to Chelsea players on Liam Rosinoa.
In the basics, in the pride that you should have in wearing a shirt, that was unacceptable. I've defended the players and I'm accountable. I've always said that. After tonight, I think the players as well need to have a look in the mirror for what they put in and talk about tactics. Tactics come after the basics. More courage to play, winning duels, winning headers, tackles, conceding terrible goals. That was an unacceptable performance tonight.
So there's a disconnect maybe between you and the players and maybe the fans and the players and maybe...
Judging off that performance, it looks that way. I won't lie. That was unacceptable. I don't feel there's a disconnect between me and the players. We work very closely with them.
I say performance na and Chelsea boys na done deno it is unacceptable and no Liam Rosinoa and Sama or the etu now Pep Guardiola and Ebo Declan Rice abaso on him say Emra Manchester City Arsenal 2-1 and Declan Rice and motivated the players the actual say it is not done yet now I say some message now Declan Rice at the Emma the players no he loved that message. It's a mentality of Arsenal players. No, it's just the English Premier League is not over. And central from ahead of Burnley gamer and Manchester City Elbonum and Amabusan on Alexander Isaka of Newcastle United. Copy of Abobokwa, Woman and Liverpool, and I'll say I a top striker in football. I see Untimin Jardim Bebre or Prior on the road. A fan who are returning and Tiba spreading more at the Alexander Isako Nyankupomwa next season. I say don't lose focus and Manchester City players now and lose focus and your manager Pep Guardiola.
In the dressing room after the game, don't lose the focus. The focus is Arsenal is top of the league. Right now, in that moment, we'll be champion. And of course, the recovery is much less than the last 2 weeks. It's just 2 days, so that's why you have to see all people recovery, not just the demanding game that we had emotionally and physically. So, but at the same time, so we have 6 games left. You know exactly what is going to happen when we get result, or just in case we don't get result. Both teams know, like what happened in the past with Arsenal last years in Liverpool, that both teams know we cannot lose or drop points. So now it will be difficult to...
Yes, indeed, Arsenal and Man City, they cannot afford to lose points. Now, Oko Julian Alvarez and Alexandro Bastoni, Asuya, one of your 2 players, Abansa, and in second, Tamsa, our players, here, said the TLB or Somobam, Nombe Juma Emma FC Barcelona in 2026-2027 season. Now, their teachers, Ekobanisa, Alexandro Bastoni, Abba, Julian Alvarez, Abba, Bante Ebeko. na Alejandro Balde yɛsɛ ɛyɛ 10 to 12 million euros Aston Villa ɛyɛ Jombe Biasa saa player no wɔn nsa ɛbɛtumi aka no Terry Sheringham ɛyɛ legend ɛma Manchester United ɔsɛ Manchester United ɛnyɛ Jombe Bia na afei Elliot Anderson a ɔyɛ adwuma ɛma Nottingham Forest na ɔmfa no mmara na ɔmɛyɛ adwuma ɛma Bobo Kono Paul Labile Pogba ɛde ato dwa sɛ ne return to Manchester United the second time no about Manchester United na nneɛma pii ɛna asesa ɛwɔ Bobo Kono even aduane a na ɔmo did those days compared to the second time na test no kra etimi asesa yɛ na Galatasaray Sport Club reporter ekutami anopai echen se Bruno Fernandes ɛyɛ the latest player ɔmo di na chisadate bia ɔmo nsam ɛbɛka Bruno Fernandes anafe ɔbɛyɛ adwuma ɛde ama wɔm Mikel Arteta contract situation ɛwɔ Arsenal ɛne sɛ ɔmo twɛn ama season na aba na wieyɛ na afe ɔmo decide ne future ɛwɔ club room sɛ ɔbɛtena anasa ɔbɛkɔ na Coventry City finally enra honim sɛ ɔmo hyɛ num na after sɛ ɔmo hyɛ no madi campo a qualified that yentie na yenhwɛ ne ɛkɔ so after sɛ no mu wie game no.
And that's that. There's the whistle. Let the party begin. Coventry City are championship champions. The Sky Blues are heading to the top division as the team at the top of the table. 8 years ago, they were winning promotion from League Two. Now they are Premier League bound as the second tiers stand outside. They're heading back to where they want to be, to where they were before their world collapsed around them. And they have sealed the title the way they would have wanted to, at home with a thumping victory. A quarter of a century on from their top flight relegation, they celebrate their return as second tier winners. The Sky Blues have been playing up all season. Now they are going up too, in style. And Portsmouth on the night may have been roundly beaten, but they are safe.
Enti Coventry City enra confirmé omo return to the Premier League. Lens enra e Coupe de France num share enai ema turu for them etimo baako. Na crazy scenes e Lens enra fans num invaded the pitch after some omo reached the Coupe de France final. It was the first time since 28 years. 28 years near I'm the finals of the Coupe de France in Tianra. Now I'm invaded pitch and then some kitchakra. And the video no ya about two screens so na fe ya check the course Paris Saint-Germain. E so mutin come say Frankie de Jong. I'm trying to say I'm some ebetimi aka play na fe wa be ya juma e de emba womwo Nicolo Fagioli. Ya say Max Allegri aka e de ache Milan for say ohia Fagioli e wo team num Fabregas say he's in love with Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Game 9 no lusu you know and Hano is some say inter quality no was through at the attain that of Como and then some assess Fabregas at the Atuga na ye near the two of them say and German DFB Poker abusuam a semi final by 04 Leverkusen and then Bayern Munich and a elbow na enra Bayern for the trainee na Hurricane at the Atuga say ambassador by 04 Leverkusen. Happy birthday to Dorothy Mami Sewa Ebenezer Baptist Church School. Ewo Teshi wo uncle Mr. Obo say I'm happy birthday from Mr. Obo to Dorothy Mami Sewa Ebenezer Baptist Christian Schools. Ewo Teshi into happy birthday. And I pay ye janso edim kofon close on sem no esiha offer.
Yana sports lawyer ase Baba Isa edien akwamano ne aba. Ye bedin kombo tie bi ye ba ensame yode ba ye bewuram kakra na ye de fidie no aba abetoa so na uram ewo adenta frafa ha enkransam na meken ye ma Miss Cecilia Nyako na oye superintendent health assistant ewo 37 military hospital o se asna de o de asna dware de da asna ya ene asna de so bi support o so broken heart too but mama ono support asna che ma Mrs. Cecilia Nyako anopai yese wo hwe Oyerepa TV ma yemfa akonye so na yenchiaw adenta fra de na kyese one my sister Grace ena edie ne mo hwe ye chia mu nyina afia papa bi atumi abetenase ABA Heba doctor no ye nyema o ehu eni hu de untimi ntomfom no eno nche se yade nkae no wonye expert wono wa hyeda kwadare brompatem wono no wo intintima wo osaba ashante no ajiaboso afia kwaba
ya eja papa
anopai na bokode
adumo ni ahye radi cry
idanyame ase eni nkomo kakra from ABA Heba
me da se ABA Heba Clinic asuye ne na no pemedi wadrui na oti ABA nka pe no hu se wani hu nkomo ene na no pemene wo eba abebo mibisa se anope wani ni hu nsensam no etesen nsa no paade achi obi ani abre koba ebufa so nam kroma ni abre mfifre ti nkrofo ni ade untimi nkoma because wo pia bonten a se de awia ni besi awo wani no ahekra na se bi ka bi kra abo enu nti no ena no pesa wate ye nka de a atadwe wawe atede ABA Heba ya ba edi amount bra ABA Heba Clinic ne fo wani hu nsensam ni nyina ebedan yen esanse yenkuto ne betimi aboa wo etu wani fayare na se edi amawa unhunu nanamo ebiem ewo wini padue mu enu nti osofo rasta osofo 3 days ono ane boru kwaye bretu mu kopenu branko yini nu tan no edi be fie ne ye ba wosi bi ma ne ye powder wosi bi ama na ye powder wosi odi bi ma na wa odi kofie kwano anso odi akofie na odi nsu egu ho ahye ne dudo no wanom wade eduro ni kwa koye ntini ni modwuma ye moja ni modwuma eyi pressure mamman ni ade woni ni su ni nyina afiri woni no so edi amount eno na ye maami bi oba ya so ye se doctor ade chia no pa me yem kra hye o esanse me di wadro ni fra koko na me di ye na me sande bi fra manwumre aduane me nkwan na me di ye no me koda sorry ye no eniama doctor free mani ni so ba ye no ade chia no pa me yem hye me se doctor wo bo adwuma ye papa ena mantu na mo ama ho ntam anifa ya wede mato da mu enu nti na no pay me kanfo ABA Heba Clinic wo Kumase kwada so ejina se market na chi hwa edi ama wo se emfa ho ni sedi wani fa ya we no asa ya kwa koduru edi mfie sei edi mfie du emfie num anase mfie nsia bosome dodo se na edie enu nti hu ni sa asa ya wie doctor se fabra na do hu ni se ni da so nim na asai no eno na wo ba ye be fa ne aye ni yie kama diama na so otimi asori akwa akodi hujuma esanse ya so ye ho no na wo ba hu mrewa form wo 60 70 75 fa na ni fa ya we do mato dem kra ena omo bedu ya so ye ho no a obi ho a oba ye de dropping e de ne ba obi ho a ye ba omo ba pa ne nkofo so ni mu de na ba nenso ya manedro no kodu fia na watwe mienu ombra so ba beji adro no no ono ana etututatai edeba wen nyina ya nwanwade a osofata bepiem wo asantemantem ha no musei no oya ebro adwe ne ntiase so enu nti sawuti fia for wani fire ne bedan ye grakoma pa na etete wudi a ma me papa minu awutie mie ena no pemi show nkran ka kire wo se fabra ABA Heba de bia me ka kire wo se yesi afi 2025 etwa mu koye no ne ye Instagram koma ya we ne yetu ase awie ne yesi 2026 mu ene ehu se say ye nya ahwe because say grakoma no etu atesa nkasa enu nte ye grakoma na aka mem he fa ni hintefraye no eno na etete wodi a ena no pay wanu ye nyina ewo ABA Heba oba yenkuto ne betimi aboa wa wani fire we ne betu ase ade ama wo hintefraye no eba ema wonkaye eno na to da bi obi se ana no pay ni na na wa ha se yo nenso koda sorry ne nani afra eba mo nkaye da ko beda be so ni wani afra kra na emma doctor fo nhwemu nso amanyate ase se yare bia ni ho eba nkasa nkire ye nipadua no na emu ye aka mem ha bibi mem ha no musei no eya na ye ntie ye nipadua no enu nti da bia mimi ni wo hia me ka kire se maame papa mi nu awutie me se wentie nipadua na nipadua ni betio my the body system this nipadua no tie wa odo obeto dem odo to dem nso wa dwuma na odi you one say woni adaja wo de ba ebie ekwan okuma se kwada be na medu no wadwuma ni nyino se wugya to wona wo ka dem enu nti mempesa saa de ne beto mpofiri mu bomode ne fa wo gra koma na etete wo no fabra ebie heba ne yembo ane ntu ase emfama wo gra koma no ebi o hanu ma e ba wuti fa betimi adwa wo pa obi o ha osimiti fa ye meja na opepen kele bia no within 10 minutes na yawe ne ko na bo nse o ho na asanso aba gra koma ne kasa chewe se fa ne bra ebie heba osofo ato osofo rasta osofo 3 days woni nsa wo yawe enye sa da ko beda ba so mi ne wani ne fra obi nso ho na ni nso ye ne kusu so ye ne wantan ase kotwa wo na ni ne so ase emakopa wo na ni ne so edwa no eye gra koma na etete wo no so wantu ho na mo eneya wani beba ho so na aka wato dem obi nso ho nipa gina ni mo hu nipa no asado ase sunsum ne gina ho ohede hu nipa ne yi eye gra koma na kasa kire wo no so wantu na mo ntam so ama ebie heba da ko beda ba sorry na wani no na efra kodwo to ye maame no bebre ho no ma be hia o mo no o mo nante breo eni so otu ni na akase anhana ne sebini na akwa buo mu eye gra koma na etete o maame enani na wote yenkan to anamone bra ebie heba na yemwa ne yensa wani fa yawe ne fama sade ebeya mihu yanka no ni adure ne ebi anto ebie heba clinic wo Kumasi kwada so adwuna se market ne chiwa na ewo Kumasi kwada so adwuna se market no omochiwa ene ewo enu tudu ho na bisa akra mpo be chodo aba ebie heba ho na ebutu aye bo adwuma ye number ede ye adwuma nie eye 0541 56 51 99 0541 56 51 99 and as 053 17 80 651 053 17 80 651 your telephone is 050 28 12 161 050 28 12 161 Mama say ye tapa na esi wani ne so a etene wodi epie ni ni mu ene wodi epie ni ne so ni nyina wo ba doctor be ma wodure be ye etene nyina fi wani ne so edi ama wo sanso so ne akoyi wani ne ba ko operation ena sanso ababonkum ne so a fabra ebie heba be ma wodure a ebe fi ho no mo edi ama wo misrofo wani fayawe ne ebedan ye obi ohanu ma oni ni menyina mo hye spes wo be hye akra 7 years 13 years no hye spes ni maami nso hyebi eye medical one doctor na prescribe di amount wo be pie mo ABA heba ye be yi spes ni nyina edi ama wa yenye operation wo ho na ye nso ahweniwa wo ho ye mfa aduro nso wu ye ni so e wo ho no mo enu nti wo ba aduro bi a wo se de ma wanka wo num ko ni paduam no ye de be ma na wa akoshe wa de didro na wo num sanso so na wo ba wo hye ahweniwa nso na pese ye bo ama yi to ye be ma wodure be yi ohaw ni nyina firi wani ni so no watimi ya ahweniwa na to ho no mo no watimi akwa adwuma kwa akoye wadwuma abo wo ba enu ntifo ni fa ya we ni nyina bedan ye de bia me ka cho se bible simuni aduaba na mfa ahan ni nsa yare aduaba ni de ye dio na me bi so ahan ye de sayare ye de bi kire se enua na twa ye ho ahye wo ye mantamu menu mi ne ye nim na de ban ye hu ni atwa se de ye enu ntinya ye hu na adua no so mfa so enu nti ye di aduaba na mo ahan ye ntimi mfa nsa yare no enu nti onyankopon de mutumi ni mu adoma chede no ama osofo ras osofo 3 days a wo ba ye mo obibiduro krochin a ye mfrɛ mu tete pan ka beti so obi anya grakoma no wo mfie wo ha 100 years na bia nani efra na de na to dem enne ya penso aye wo ye nuani aye di nti no obi wo 35 40 55 wonse na onya grakoma na nani na efra kra enu nti bra tisano yasan kofa be fie esan sempanyimfo sesan kofo hoye nchi enu nti osofo ato sofo 3 days wasan ne chekwa kofa teteniema ne dia be fie enu nti uba be ma obibiduro kroje a ye mfrɛ mu na nso anya bia kwakonom aso ani fa yawe ne edi ama okra eye sciatica ene ha wo osofo ata ye ho adwuma pa acha na watwe be free ho krako sanso na HIV mu ane so na etete wa fa be dan ye esanse yinkuto na betimi aboa wo wakwa hospital doctor aka chro so wonya HIV wakwa check load no won so wonya HIV afa be dan ye oba be boa within 1 month money ya be feel sister nim e de amount sanso na wo low pressure and high pressure de bia mekanji say low pressure no kwa ehun sin ha wine no esanse betimi akun di na short time enunti fabra ni ama wodre be ba be dam normal e de ama wa nso betimi asori akwa adwuma kwa ye wadwuma diabetes ene ha wo bra ABA heba ni yemboa ni ema wo bibeduro kroja yemfrɛ mu na konom na mu ni padua ade chia no pa odua ni bia wudie na ade bia afra na aduro na kwakɔ ye mogya ni mu adwuma yentini mu adwuma enti ba fa aduro nse de we take food supplements no na ye ni padua ni mu adwuma siesie ni padua ne kama e de ama wo ye wo kumase kwada so adwuna se market na chi wa kumase kwada so adwuna se market no mo chi wa ne wa ye bo adwuma okodom ahin kronso ye wo apia kubi coastal ebrade dwom omochiwa ene wa ye bo adwuma dindinde ye number e de ye adwuma ni e 0541 56 51 99 0541 56 51 99 and as 053 17 80 651 053 17 80 651 Your telephone is 050 28 12 161. Shanu so sa ba baje card 50 Ghana cedi e ye moderate e de mo bia edre na de be manus no se ye chemu e be chi sika ni mo miensa no otinye tua ba ko obi tua ba ko oba no baje edre na no otua na kakra obi nso ho ba otua ni nyina na afri ne so enu nti oba bibia ye moderate e de ma obi a obetimi akoso akonanim e wa brabom erade nsha ABA heba na waje me so se nyame nsa ewom
nyame ensa wom ampa afia ena matene nka no yenko suluhoi na kitua bi yeba ene ye we lot ena ye de ebemamo solo enkomra Pepsodent charcoal ne Pepsodent herbal toothpaste aposia eye papa ye kamfo e de amount Pepsodent charcoal ene Pepsodent herbal toothpaste odi twi usia eyi osin ase enkonkone na nyina free ho eti wanum ema cooling sensation ema gums ye den na afa so amansia ye fe enka efri wanum ba no ayedie eham Pepsodent charcoal ne herbal toothpaste me ba cho fluoride natural charcoal lemon mint and zinc ewomu enti emausi na hoden no na afa so aboa ama bad odor efri wanum Pepsodent herbal toothpaste a unique blend of green tea and herbal extract and yede aya emau a cooling sensation as strengthen no gums at the account are protected at the account Ghana Dental Association say Pepsodent and was a fie biamu yede aya portion e dawa obia at the etwine say Pepsodent every smile matters. Amin Scientific Hospital, the best alternative medical hospital in Africa. For stroke yadebra, for wohun sembra, for chronic diseases and infections. Yadiana atna so acha enkono. Oba Amin Scientific Hospital, yebetu ase the amount. Machines ahodo diagnostic machines yadi free ni peduano ni ahwe yadi bia ehye ni peduani mu a ene no ADSA yade ni be ya beto machine so yade ni ba sekim afeye onu makomako aduonu nan a yade ka ni padua na ebenya ayaresa bra Amin Scientific Hospital yen ena yade abodie mu nyansa pani sua hunu science era herbal medicine ne ye emu oba tatahwe stroke awon some chronic disease and infections oba kumase atwema tachiman koda so fo ase kwan se o your branches e Ghana ha enche boga wa bibiani akra takrade tamale atebubu nkoko sunyane ho sahwede biso ena hohoi ubehu yen ewo ho 0277 001234 0277 001234 na oneyen edi inkomo Bosomtwe Community Bank PLC e say ya migrated fi rural aba Bosomtwe Community Bank PLC ye products and services adosun bebre na ya meka se oba baby current account savings account koso susu savings kidi account and a fixed account ewo yaseye and a fixed deposit ewo yaseye na we ya sadie na ye boa na ya meet financial needs na say o sika asem no o de be dan ya yen ene be ma sika begin koso susu loans say loan packages no ya bia mu bebre enka ne nanka bia a business and commercial loan enka agricultural loan a salary loan and access susu loan say ya biem ya man koso susu loans ya ma transport loans mo amoye ka adwuma mo buy be ma musika ya ma microfinance and SME loans and we are small small and medium enterprise, small and medium scale enterprises. So ba, yama loan na dia salary loans and advances, yama commercial loans and overdraft, yama bonanza loans, social loans and no sika oji akọ wade, sika oji akọ ye, sika oji akọ school fees, o de hwem kwada no, yama church development loan. What ya sorry? In fear do numa duo no, untumi nsi sorry dan. Oba be mo sika na de akọ akosi dan no and afa agricultural loan so and so honoma and bosomche community bank PLC say ubetumi use electronic banking and I say USSD code no *992# na fe oni yen and so aye business bia and aso oni yen aye banking service bia betumi and so ni head office no continent say atonso agujachi ko fu trade ahinema kokobe adwuna se bo akọ atonso bokura putoja magazine abinchi market and afia kobi ho nyina no ba obehu yen ho friend 0508 642705 and 03220 98076 Bosomtwe Community Bank PLC together we prosper ye kan bom ne nyina ye die aba ya so ye kanjin and magic drinking water the safest refreshing alkaline water ewe dwaman so me wa cho minerals bi te calcium magnesium potassium ne iron ewe kanjin so ni meboa my body no looking fresh na we looking healthy onom kanjin and magic drinking water eboa pompe moja ewe ni peduani mu ma entini mu moja no na ntiye ewo mu me ba cho rich in antioxidant eboa ma se what chese wako num ensuo bi a acid ewom bebre ana wadi nuane bi a acid wom bebra eboa flushing system no na alkaline no abetre meba yade entumi ntena onipadua no emu eboa no feso any nutrients any oxygen akọ o cells no red blood cells no white blood cells no na wanya ahoden organs bi te se yakoma ye liver ne ye kidney kanjin na je drinking water ene ya no mo a ebebo ehon ban ede amayen kanjin nsuo no ebi Olizi Hotel Santa Swana ba Pakiki ewo stadium ena fe Sumankwa ni junction wo Ashtown afe okọ Breman UGC a biaya ye factory no won nsuo ni pi ewo ho ena Tafuni Road Abaru junction ehon so ebi ewo ho for 0241 449191 ena 0507 379474 Bash Digital Satellite decoders for football lovers ho ena egu bebre decoder bia ope bia ode ko akodi ujuma game center hotel or guest house or restaurant ana ope dia ko ankasa ofie o dem na wako enjoy footballer Bash Digital Satellite name obi ye installation ye door to door delivery ye decoder recharge ye packages very very affordable. Individuals no yamamu 33% discount recharge bia mo ye Eswabrepo junction ship mo ho na bash ye butua ye di ejuma friend 0556 287757 0556 287757 grow fine moja drono we lose appetite untumi ni dia num grow fine oda sorry a nipadua no ni ahoden num grow fine benya ahoden osano na etititi moja nsane ye ewomu a num grow fine me ba cho oye oba o experience menstrual disorder o menses so absence of menstruation wo de makra bosumi bebre ebi out the excessive bleeding moja no etu bru so anase o menses ba na wayase eye oya num grow fine moja dro no ebi eno ena ebeboa misi eba kolina keba smart eba afe Freddie Men's Apidank Pure Leaf Chemical Shop Herbal Shop across the country ubenya grow fine a drone bi na watone bibia e fine at the amount apomodin herbal clinic ese broma so ye ni yade ni nyina ba ombeto ase diabetes eka ho bi sexual weakness afe stroke blood pressure hernia, ulcer, gonorrhea, candidiasis, waist pain, goiter compo, yadia who do in aqua pum dia so ya, womu etuasie, and yadia paso de, okwa, tatashe, eomu, ehonoma, ombemu and nina huadia beam, apomuding, kumasi sofolai, soja for quine, somo, any assemblies of God are sorry no, and a dear here, from 0551 098961 0551 098961 Nani apomuding about clinic at the Encomo 2026 FIFA World Cup no streamline travel at the Oko no Shebi a 14 days experience and no na watch me no de Oko na the 10 year tier 1 match ticket premium hotel accommodation daily breakfast airport pickup udru United States of America and Canada airport awono ya ba be found wako hotel ni ama intercity travel ya ma car baby abeko biano o de benante bus na betema yen ene e found car ya ma stadium transport o kwa ko hebo a yen ye do ko stadium ho ya visa assistance amount ni travel insurance at the appeal so the obetia $9,400 $9,400 ye do ko New Jersey, Boston, Philadelphia, and afi Toronto. No wako akoshe World Cup no ebi. Don't miss out on this once in a lifetime opportunity. Say obe witness the biggest football event e we say afana nyina. Friend numbers we na yemfanko World Cup 0249 313652 and 0509 63 2228 afeso 0246 668981 na on streamline travel edi in sawaswana modi enkomo Mother's Day and so a special day Oyerepa FM TV Promise Radio TV PBL no yakambo mayese obi amfa ne maame mra ne en celebrate emfa mum na dwumadie no ebekoso ewo True Vine Hotel no ewo ahonjo Kumase Moba yebedidi yema delicious local and continental dishes yema live band music na fe ye chese dwumadie no ye dia na ani je ni bemu a ebetum kra select maame ese dano ono na the best mother ni ache wo no maame achede na de tie ne se odo maame ba package no 500 Ghana cedis na sa additional person bi account no maame ho a na ono atua 200 Ghana cedis oba PBL Oyerepa FM TV Promise Radio TV front desk tickets ewa oko True Vine Hotel wa honjo so a also ticket ewo honoma obetobi na the 10th of May aye kwesi adabosom ebesim no ne de tosudu na ye nyina ye hia ne celebrate Mother's Day no from 0244 729300 0244 729300 na 0205 322321 na yendin komo mfa kwan a befa so ede maame fo bebre na aba dwumadi no asisho no eto aso ede amamo meda se bebre Solomon Carter ato ade de amayen amamfo Chelsea what it really happened mo say 4 na 5 consecutive match 5 Tennessee Newcastle Man City Man United Brighton 5 on so munche go back okra there be the case ni and you said the last time at Chelsea called 5 games omu lusu ni nyina with the Premier League nim no 1912 yes 1912 me na no mo Chelsea best more than 140 years okay yes and me da etini wura ni me nya ma kofiza kito na eja o maye ho adwuma enne anope solo yada se nyame insha highway sports ibesan ehia ewo ho enomo na Zach atenase me nkon ho ene eye Grace Ezua KNUST Obuasi campus level 200 student available ewo Obuasi Central Market osi anope ewade wonshaw na ontre no mcho so de afi aka wonfi ho na nyini beye abofra papa Grace Ezua special birthday goes to you this morning yes the tia ho no Officer Bright Bay same Officer Bright Bay fa no to sway okay mame ko Zach hwe na yenkomra na same anya ho adwuma de anya nya de obetimi aye Zach akwaba
Tino
bɔkɔ deɛ
na me adom sɛ bibia fine
ɛmi adom
yɛgu
yes yɛgu so bɛyɛ ne deɛ kakrakra
ɛnyama yɛ style but
ɛbɛfa yes ɛkyɛ din so awuram
yɛte ase nko a deɛ ɛwɔ nkɔnko a deɛ bibia yɛ fine so nti bibia bɛyɛ fine
bibia yes
ɛnsuro kyire Tino. Solo ha junior.
To bo back as well.
Solo ha bo. Tino. Enra. Yoko Brighton. Ko share Chelsea and Brighton game no. We na Chelsea lose by 3-0. Tino. The match Chelsea asem no yare hosem no say sa 5 games na the discussion about omabo omu elusu ni nyina no Tino onim say opekisa games na Chelsea did not score a single goal in those 5 games ni nyina omu lusu 1-0 to Newcastle United at Stamford Bridge omu Elusu 3-0 to Everton. They lost 3-0 to Man City, 1-0 United, and a 3-0 Enra to Brighton. Now, Tino is picking such a scoreline. How do you need about 5 matches? Tino, and yet just 1 point win Shebi. Nti ampo nti omuntu ni go over the month Chelsea omuntu ni go over the month o ba se omu share Port Vale for 7 omu share Port Vale for 7 FA Cup
e bia hono mbegina so
omuntu ni ho akwa go over the month e wono Tino e ba sa edusa stage we ya na e ha dwuni pa na minyen start here kra Frank Palestra Mamuraho.
Ade what's say? What's your Chelsea?
Chelsea pa. O say be charitable to us, Zach. Mamuraho ka. So Frank, ya trainer ba ko pe. Na the problem is one support team papa. Entama de biara say our hostel sa. Ti Frank we dey o de fan sa. Tino, how do you need pa? Before kickoff, Marco Correa, ne baba, born again, yanko, the Koto X, nti, ose Palmer and João Pedro both injured tonight. Where Marco Correa,
ne
baba, ona
yino, no break it feel away,
no break it away.
Hey.
So yeah, target fantasy, popular fantasy guys now. So that who Palmer and João Pedro munyin film fast na ball mobi. Eti this is one headache Liam Rosenier FAC at Chelsea. Now the discussion about say why na information ma sa branche we Kukurela na ana say den Kukurela ko so ko ini ti no mudi ngoma na nkomodi ye ma say o ball mpo no Palmer ne Pedro mu mbo bi o ena ono so ko brekiye ana say ofa de no te sa asem no
what is that intense you
no it's serious
ade we dey anodin
say
Baba, you will break it.
Yes. Minutes before the game, hours before the game. No, I got to say Palmer. Because Palmer won 90 minutes against Manchester United. Until that moment, there was no news about Palmer missing the game. Because of 90 minutes against Manchester United. And Obiang Tisi Upra. At that moment, so, oh, yeah, Brighton, you are preparing to go and face what? Kupama because you know say obobo game ni bi. Then Tino, more hours before the game, then this breaking news come. Say Kupama drop it there. Or Messi United game no. It's anyone but even though Chelsea unspecified the number of time or better than chain. And it was assumed say it wasn't any serious injury biana Jean Pedro Apeke. But the Palmer one the big issue here. And before in say was it one of their game be many wanted a PSG game no. And there was another issue of say lineup eliki. Emma Bebrina no because of previous records I know say Garnacho were United in T. No more treated Musa Garnacho so even though there was no evidence that say Garnacho. In recent weeks one Adebako pa Chelsea Liam Rusene Ebra on pa lineups are eliki from the dressing room. And one keep say Chelsea for share no omo esolve. Tino born under the area no. At no point. Yeah. Sanchez the okoya no. Anye Chaluba oton born sample kra. Tino. Unse born o hwe born a. Born sunsun bi tachiri. Ye se umpu ba utimi say boys in air bomb home modern. But Tino born under hwe no. And you score line Ponetino.
Shall be more than 3 no.
Chelsea were just not a man bushy. To only say about the entire first half year no. Not Chelsea about short back pay. To say, oh dear, Obian on Jimmy, I shot in Pono. I can't originate will be nice or born a beam and a born a choir. The entire 90 minutes. Chelsea ball short back first half short back up. And the second half on about 5 count man here says in the entire game on about 6 shot. It's none of the shot and on target against Brighton yesterday. Clearly, coach, Tino, it looks like say Nimfe is for the Chelsea job.
I said the mate and say Mutane Chiu. Ebi obetuaso.
That is so far that is the news Osha but in terms of Pinfona day. Omuni ene so mu air sakeno. Unso ba no start you. Okay, the first game na FA Cup against is it FA Cup or EFL? Na FA Cup against Charlton. And no share Charlton for 5-1. Then he lost 3-2 in an EFL Cup game. Oh yeah no. He won 2-0 against Brentford, 1-0 Pafos, 3-1 against Crystal Palace, Okoshe Napoli 3-2, and we win 3-2 against West Ham United. Eti Obaya no. Obo 7-8 games no or lose 1. And that one EFL Cup game against Chelsea. Oye no. After that run na Tino, even Oye no we crampono. Onya good run because Arsenal and Kwane team share no within that period. About almost 15 games. Not in terms of defeat. Not only Arsenal and Kwane team share no. Arsenal actually 3-2 home and away in the EFL and a league game back. But they are telling you no be team share no. But you know, after a ball Wrexham game we our show move 4-2 after extra time no. And then your master at Diego. O luso na de ma de ne aro sam say omu go bomu nche na tino 5 games at Chelsea ebon enya period no emu 3 omo at home omo Newcastle at home omo City at home and omo Manchester United at home me omo ntimi anche go after spending this sum of money on player acquisition. Chelsea are still struggling. The Chelsea story are awesome, but they need the decision that they will take. But at this stage me sure say you see Enzo Maresca matete the argument about Enzo Maresca, it wasn't like time no mo pa Maresca no na obon homo dey. Let's yan set sa side we very clear. Tino time no mo pa Enzo Maresca no na we above 5 matches without a win. Sa uti asem na Enzo about 5 games without a win. Na tino OSN na no about 12 games no winning 2-0 against Everton and O'Shea Cardiff 3-1. Uye a coach of that magnitude. Na unya sa run of results where tino there will be a problem. And almost as done in TSS period now, no on a for Dinkomo City. No quick interview. We sit in paying for until the potential job Pep Guardiola everywhere. No quite show. It wasn't like Enzo was doing anything extraordinary. Time na ye pam no because Chelsea the 8th time na yeah pam Enzo Maresca no Chelsea were 8 on a leg log. So it wasn't like a good time for Enzo Maresca before he was sacked. But Leon Zenenso was said in the crowd. And the ATA, when say Brighton to Chelsea on the leg log. Now Chelsea at the 7th, our league log no so. Brighton and Abertos sees the story of Chelsea. Brentford next league game against Manchester United at Old Trafford, which is difficult for them to win though. But so Brentford 8 minutes even a draw. What it means is that Chelsea will drop further to 8th on a league position. That is the story of Chelsea and Liam Rose. And I think say so much na omweke on Nyama Elkos Ornum. And there City Airbo. Now there were a lot of effects on the league table. So someone say TI Arsenal still in a leading Premier League table. No. Arsenal in terms of only Man City 3 points. Almost 70 points. And the Man City was 67 points. But offer goals are Arsenal L plus only 1+1 goal better than Man City. And then the Man City ever against Burnley. Tino, the channel say any form of win, BR for Man City Biano will take Man City to first position our league table no so. Na Tino unim dema asaniye you know. Burnley for no. Ofa amobe Tino Bali follow Ofa wo matches of ball say na Ofa mo ko spa na o hwe okoba against Inform Man City and I'm sure say 0 mo ebeja to me say and then they'll be back on second on the league table 0 beja to me say and then an impossible job for Arsenal. Say Burnley baby be area Arsenal there be Burnley cannot stop Manchester City. Burnley any team I bet stop Man City. A difficult task. And then there after 9 p.m. now City are first on the league log. Good
pressure
with goal difference. No be able matches pepe. But weekends Arsenal will play, City will not play. City boy FA Cup. But Arsenal will another game. No matter if they are able to win, Omoba against Arsenal against Newcastle United. If they are able to win, they still go top before City play their outstanding game against Crystal Palace. It's a bit and City to win, Yanko difference 2 or 3 goals against Bobo Cafe or Burnley. It was a game, you know. And I'm
going away. Quick one.
Quick one. But Inter Milan no come. They sold.
Oh yeah, match.
They sold beautiful game. Beautiful game. Now the Inter comeback. Me name what is wrong with Fabregas. But as much as we enjoy the football, no, me sure say HDN say someone who has played under Jose Mourinho there. Osia kakra. Say yes. Born AF. But when you are leading 2-0, Inter Abetima come na 2-1. Our ball now 80th minute still only 2-1. Our ball now say we go on about 85 or 86. Me first goal no say Inter for first goal no me e share man here 2-2 no. Eti me sure pa say Fabregas we dey Tino bona bona e papa me un say we love coach on ball efe but 2-1 ni abwa mna ko do 80 plus minutes 2-2 no 86 minutes and I can't take a man 2-2 Tino. It's a 2-2 89 minutes 3-2 just 4 minutes plus additional time. I think say senka ofani Jose Mourinho no bufu kakra nanka o mumiem kakra but Inter Milan at the moment also because to come back from 2-0 down to win that game by 3-2 no e ade na ye pam remember the problem Tino medicine remember the problem pa and now here is that the fans no they were booing Vinicius and Mbappe.
Trouble nana.
They see them as the problem, yes, because they are a bit selfish. So the things that they are not helping cohesion.
Unlike na Firmino ne Salah ne Mane me ansa we no. Firmino betuma yen now say Firmino no dey.
Will be a general. And how much as why am I they think say I'm at camp match. There's no nkabom.
We were ha.
Where you born now person boshe. They think that and to share under a point game no. Mbappe before the free stadium. When you crowd, I won't touch the American and the day before no corner. It's until this issue, Tino, is solved. Remember, they have quality, but they will struggle.
But I say Kofi Zakito. Say Obed.
Oh, over. You have a code.
Radiadum.
Radiadum.
Yes. Never tell.
Judy. Judy. Drop of Phyllis Lanopam. And you're from 10 acre of Atanasi Diania. It will be General from Chen offer. Of us, I want some more crobia.
Obende. Someone go on out of a crack of
a Judy. Over. Enjoy Hokka. Now, over. Of us, I will not pay club as a pound.
Hey, that be one day. I'm a man, pa.
Oh, Miss Sweetheart back, I don't know.
Me feeling the power.
Yeah. Over. And no one may say, me jidi say, club na coach, so I Madrid Jumano. Then run me san show mo born. Come to me and signing any me crank a beboa. Omun to coach be a agent.
No more and push for club.
It's either they go for club or they go for Jose Mourinho.
Hey, Mourinho again.
Omumienu. But club number 1. Madrid Jumano dahono. Enye
agrobine da hosa
totofewa adwuma bia. The Madrid job is not a job for newbies or for small coaches. It is a job for proven winners. Over Ancelotti, me fa Ancelotti in count because me sure so after World Cup no be free.
Yeah.
But if there is a chance for Ancelotti, Ancelotti be ni fan in count. Louis Enrique B, Enrique B in count. But I say I'm taking these coaches out because
somebody I push for Enrique.
Also on our rivalry with them. Also no about Barcelona, about Madrid. But I feel more like a Catalonia, or feel more on the Barca side than the Madrid side. Pep Guardiola mu bi adwuma. Of all coaches na me body no. Enyen totofewo adwuma. The kind of trouble I all Madrid team no. If you leave it for any new coach, I want to mean stamp number 1 the authority and managing the player power. Forget it. You are out. What fairly before tactics no crowd about top table no so.
Just so we honor.
Just so we honor. Met me about to be a Zidane. Of I mean, who's one coach is now me body. You need a winner, a coach with track record. And yeah, Pochettino more Mubudino. Nagelsmann more body be a Nagelsmann koje World Cup, but even with him I still feel he's best fit for be at the Manchester United project. But Madrid Jumano over the Madrid boys feel big, even though most of them are not big, but they feel very big. Into when your coach will be tame the egos of these Madrid boys, a game over. Why am I coach with a club DNA say over? There why all Menzo 5, Akoye or Dortmund, Akoye or Liverpool. Or your coach this generation of players will respect man. And so I respect no. And you know bet me they are penetrating the hearts of these players.
Konanka mebuza so ugiri so no but onye obi a on so ha ni chire player but pedigree na they call hono
ebuo omubenya buo di amano
eno mum na
Alonso bro nyina na se Vinicius Junior no nse dan regard Alonso sa Jude Bellingham no nse dan regard Alonso sa Mankara bo Alonso be boy a former Madrid player wa ko Leverkusen akwaje the Champions akwaje the Bundesliga na senkoko Bayern Munich one thing of a candidate bia na say the Germans operate with a different system. Enti check yes Bayern Munich aje Champions League. Amunje Champions League ya na dey so be ka say player we na yi ne ho a ase team ni gina na so Germans operate with a system. And omo system no start free through be si ase o. Enti ya na dey so be say Bayern Munich player bi atiatua. Bayern Munich player bi ni coach enya gidi bi. Ba ku bi esi was Frank Ribery, Ian Robin, Carlo Ancelotti time. No? Ancelotti time maybe could see or when he wanted to start things. But there were more to it when Ancelotti knew omunyinya issues. No? Enti Alonso ko Bayern Munich ka the company yen ko betimi ayo. Because he will easily manage Harry Kane, Luis Diaz, but at Real Madrid, Mbappe ni Florentino Perez ninya one-on-one. He has a direct connection with the French president too. Oko France or ye omo hine wo ho. Vinicius Junior so no. Waba be rise through the stages for Madrid. I feel now he should be the captain of the ship. Jude Bellingham had an excellent first season. I'm afraid if it's a Madrid spent close to 100 million on Jude Bellingham. Ovenyeska keto na Madrid ko to sabe.
All of a sudden
into also a big boy in his own shoes.
That's only on can be there for now there.
He's a big boy.
But on count 5 years here. Hey,
Boko
one camp.
Hey, because Ancelotti a system in such a way say Emma Jude Bellingham in your numbers. Time or not never the first 9 or but Vinicius no Rodrigo. Now omumie no biemu ko wings are. No free made for about ball as the number 9. No. It sometimes he also feels that the team can be built around him. To sound conform Yansano cry headache for. Then the Swamenis are almost be camp we, the Kamavenges almost be camp we, almost by. So Madrid should not risk it with any young coach. It should be a Champions League winning coach, a proven winner, a commander. A coach that can get players to believe in a system. And if I will win, you know, say the supporters now. By default, baby, I started just Florentino Perez. So you also need a coach that can get instantly revive the laugh of the Madrid player, of the Madrid fans. And if I hope a coach back couldn't say any club, send your bet to me, I am our dog team no. Based on Dortmund, Dortmund energy and on the fans they connect to Liverpool. They should go in for him. And now I was a bit sad. On the first time Omu Madrid players this season. Omu Pamu Alonso no Omu
game no question after the game.
After game no question. After Alonso match, I think it was Mayuka. Omu Bubo players did not say a starting game your players did. Over Omu Bubo players did not even see. Omubo player be and supporters new Huromo. So Madrid is in a very critical stage and they can't afford to make any mistake in terms of appointing of a coach. The coach must be a big person. And you can say, yeah, Alonso Molino. And you can say, yeah, Bello Molino. Proving one to get them the results. Over Chelsea in common. The amount Chelsea in common, Yane say. Most of Chelsea fans need because we see Mpamoliam Rossino. But the one is why you more Pamona not told bully Mubesa Kofa coach be kura once and Jeffrey in a Besaba.
Here pedigree coach is okay.
Often no be no here. They need a coach out. Or you go for more those one system of a bill. I'm going to national assignment. And to coffee be freeway. Over. Kona coffee be free. You see, now saying that there was a bit of shortage of coaches. So the clubs need to be decided some more legends, no. Legends in the supporters need for mass. Yem for Mumra. Near new project, ebia 5 years, 6 years with the legends. Into Juventus yebi with Andre Pirlo and Barcelona yebi with Xavi. Omuanka so many anje and fan call for Hansi Flick. Juventus try and until Thiago Motta ko Juventus. After Juma na Thiago Motta o Bologna. And Luciano Spalletti. He's a proven winner. On the old Juventus over. Omuchicho mono. Inter try with Christian Kivu. Eya fa momo. AC Milan try be pao. AC Milan bema Filippo Inzaghi ababe coach anfa. Sidorf ababe AC Milan coach anfa. That AC Milan class of 2003. The boy ababe 2010. Filippo Inzaghi, Sidorf ebe coachi, Gennaro Gattuso esube coachi. Over sa coaches miensa we nyina no not during their days that they were playing for AC Milan. They were all big players that won the Champions League for AC Milan. But AC Milan try with legends miensa we nyina bie no five. Over obo nyama Allegri no maba no. He's a proven winner. Clubs no mo try sa de na ya fa mo ayaye. Eye Bayern Munich with Vincent Company. A young coach on your legend, but it's a young coach on man a chance, and it seems to be working. Manchester United for also a try with Ole. Over Ole United former Nuaba Amfa. Chelsea try with Frank Lampard. Lampard Namfa. Arsenal a try with Arteta. And no more to say. So within some short period, no coaches have been recycled. But you still maintain the standard. Young fan say, and better so na Chelsea say, obi ti say Simone Inzaghi. Or Kwako fan say Ombe coach. Can you compare the pedigree of Simone Inzaghi to Enzo Maresca time and Chelsea fan? To a coach like Liam Rossini to say at the time at Chelsea fan. So of a couple proving coaches a bit so. Because Simone Inzaghi, at any point in time, will outperform any of the things our coaches see 2 or more year at Chelsea. He's a coach with limited resources. He will get the best out of players. Because at Inter Milan, over neo coaches baby momo Henrik Mkhitaryan come to natural. Neo coaches baby momo Ashley Younger omunyusuno. Matteo Damien. How many coaches na never try so many Damien? Most coaches won't love to use him. Edin Dzeko. How many coaches never can say Edin Dzeko yanko finding free AS room and fan breme? Over Acheampong. Acheampong is almost 38 years. How many coaches never can say yanfa Acheampong mama na menfa ne bobo? But he used these players. Now coaches baby to matching. He got the best out of them. And at some point in time, Coppa Italia, Italian Serie A, and the Champions League, now Simone Inzaghi was competitive in all this competition. And it's also how Chelsea for now to players ni baby there. Omo ya coach improve the mentality of these Chelsea boys. Because of our Chelsea boys we mo. Onya coach ono ankasa nchire bibia wona brabo ma obedu mamuja. Because Chelsea boys, what exactly has Robert Sanchez achieved as a goalkeeper? Marco Correa then will achieve. Malo Gusto then will achieve. Fafana, what has he achieved? Chaloba, we're heading. Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, Ofri Brighton, and by. Even Kopama, Yeboni Dimpono. Now on said Anya, she or Manchester City. Don't knock a City team na a caps and no, but not yet a pivotal player. And he, Liam Delap, then a Delap. Over Ghana to then and what achieve. And Chelsea players need potential with limited achievement. So you need a coach. What should I say? Obey improve the mentality. You need a coach. What should I say? Okay, you can get the best out of players. And that is what over. Me did say a coach like Simone Inzaghi. When I'm Saudi Hoyere. Omon konko fanem brano be Chelsea adwuma no. Enye Liam Rossini amo ene Enzo Maresca mo adwuma. You need enye Cesc Fabregas mo nkomo no. of a Fabregas experiment, you know. If you try it in a big team, I'm out for Chelsea is a big team.
Oh, na me this.
I'm out for fun to say Chelsea a call for team. No, Chelsea is a big team where they demand results every day. And sometimes you need a coach or you're tactically flexible. Say, I will focus on results than say Fabregas Diana, Yambo Feno, them the consequences. Okay. Chelsea need a big coach over. Just like Real Madrid.
But I say, Obed, okay, good. Minko din komo ka krebi na yebebe fientam. Gentleman Dental Limited. Yes, sir. Clinic on. Okay, good. Doc Akwaba.
Yeah, boss.
Naboko there.
Yanko Pando, me gidi so ho ye.
Radiadum.
Sa.
Say the nkofo wura mo branches be bia na ahwaye ma. Cause adwuma na mo ye nam say Ghana fo hu ne say adwuma son e na mo ye. Ntino, I was say the biarada ye baba yi esi ho adwuma e wo maso ye. Boy nkomo kakrai.
All right. Dedi kan ma mefa akwanya we enchia Ghana fo a ehwe Oyerepa TV ene other social media handles no so. Ona etie no radio no so nyina. Ya ye kan say ose hawa bomodia na hwehwe dentist chira kwan san say ese no so kanipadua kwa no ho bi obi won ma ne tikura na ye ne ya na okọ hospital na clinic ana say okọ pharmacy koto edru but senese eye ne ya na nipa kro no na wa relax but ese so in rare cases it me ekum enipa enti de ye kan say wo ese problem a hwehwe judgment dental clinic chira kwan na ye moa bibi e fa ese ho no eno na eye but unim one of the common dental problems are say help nipa bebre pa halitosis na halitosis ya ka halitosis a eche say foul breath ubo no ma obi na no kasa na yes but dodo na un say wo ne causative factors ma obi enya halitosis you see 80% of halitosis oral factor about 20% na yes, there's a sponge tissue be away tima hot chama the work yes, but systemic factor need 80%. But what we on in all no, we change toothbrush, we change toothpaste, we change mouthwash, we cleaning nyama so ye nyina, but still halitosis no eda so ewo ho. Ebi ana tonsil stones ana tonsillitis. And nti se wadwene nkoso a me twe Ghana fo wadwene akoso because there is this pad B a friend of tonsillar and I say palatine a word at the back of our throat no ni dwumadie ni say and also immune defense no bi say bacteria be infection be call your throat ni mu a enka ebetumi abɔ ho ban but dem pebebre no ubo say saliva debris aduane a yedi no mu ni ade mucus eno mu ni ade ubo say na ama atrape na amonya tonsil stones ubo say sometimes obo o swallow bibia o mini ade a o filise bibi e woni minimum ho but ohun ade kro bomodia ne ko hu dentist and I say ko hospital na yen check it up na yen solve asem we informal we your judgment dental clinic your number say 055 913 9582 055 913 9582 and 0549 906 588 0549 906 588 me sorry I'll bet me afre me na enano ye pese ye ne amafo esua de we a continuation of last 2 weeks adesua na yesua fa about dental braces no na ye ka dental braces a dental accessory a ye de ehye wo se no ebra obi enya problem bi te say space obi ono ma space na ewo ne sinimo no gaps no esene ba ku tua ha na ba ku etua o se ye ka se prayer ohoi so we back but a kambo a it is exactly it is a no a separated isolating ho sana with time no it me enya challenges o your screen so a the wu no overjet any overbite you can overjetter when the upper teeth na so no o say upper any lower it is 16 up 16 down na 32 teeth no it is a upper teeth no a protruding over the lower one na e kire say yes onya overjet horizontally no eno ne friend symbol glass no enti obi ho no ma okasa ubo se ne se no na ehwehwe ewiem eno ade a in fact ha nipa bebre but overbite no say upper teeth no se oka ne sinisi so a cover lower one no enti se oka ne sinisi so a unhu down one no na causative factor na se ekwan fa so be ma obi enya overbite no bruxism ye ka bruxism a obi a otwere ne sen empebebre teenagers and I say one man penimu one man in rare cases or na or training ese no clenching against each other friction no etumi ma ese no eyi with time una and also na amana basa and more na so a skeletal issue genetically no either so mami and now papa side say sa problem you go a likely say ubetumanya overbite and dodo na so a tongue trusting habit especially overjet na ema oseno eye siboglass no say obi ho no ma abofrebu a usua no wo say onom ne tongue and say ne ketrema no eba sa that stage no ni bone no ni kase ne ye tender emre enti eputu pressure ewo ne jaw no so especially upper no enti enkakra na epushi wo say eno so na ateki shape ana long pacifier use ka pacifier ade na ye de hye baby enum ebia mommy peso ya de te say nipple no plastic one no yenka say jayusu judgment dental clinic yes na yeka but the ye can say abofra no spend too much time ewo pacifier no ho a eno so to me push to pressure ewo ne jaw no na eho no na ama no asesa obi won ma ne de ne ye diastema ejre obi won ma ne jire no say o kasa na hwe nanim a be kasa ne se no atu we mu nyina ye encourage you say bra judgment dental clinic anopa 8 ne sha ejumadi ase ye ho akopum anwumre 6 o'clock from Monday to Saturdays even holidays judgment dental clinic ye adwuma ye betumi acorrect ese no e de ama obo okra ne de no akwete say ne jaw no upper ni lower no obo no ma na underdeveloped enti obo no ma skeletal issue no ni bones no air forming no upper no ye more wider than the lower one enti obenyinu no na nese no na ehwehwe ewiemu enti ebasa na lower one na eno so ese nya space ema e form de no so etumi efifi no na aye overcrowded because of a lack space it was ese no ebi tuanimu na ebi etu akiri na ebi achiachia because a struggle say ebi nya space over judgment dental clinic ye betumi ahye braces na e de amount we a specialist na enye dentist bia ye orthodontist on na ehye braces no na ye de titanium na judgment dental clinic ye de ye na ye de arch wire no nti ache kura 6 months na was start enya correction obu on ma opese oba but sikasem na eye ne problem ye kan say wo de bomodia ne bra
wura hokra keke
kakra bi ekura obia no wo de ketua bi ekura no yen ye beji
ho adwuma yo
na ya start procedure no ya ma wakwanya mo atua no enkakra kopem say esini nyina ebe e correct your number is 055 913 9582 055 913 9582 and 0549 906 588 0549 906 588 you Kumase Atonsu High School Junction traffic light na se hwa baby o branch call S line no eho obehu ye ho Bantama Abepo Junction Total Filling Station obehu Judgment Dental Clinic eho Techiman your Market Magazine Road no so ye ni AY Ahmed na ye direct opposite Oko Koforidia ye ni Central Police Station no na ebo ho pe takrade eye Banchase Tadisco down Aflao ye ni Eco Bank na wo the same building main road now they call border na not pe no Tamale eye Tushigu ye ni MTN office no ana Central Post Office no na ye direct opposite Fremi CCA na ye twetwe komo edamase pa
o se ba akoni ye tonsillitis on
tonsillitis no eno no ye say ye surgically no ye remove o palatine tonsil no ye de ye clean hu ye hu adwuma e de ama edamase pa
doc yes ya dasi na mi kira obusia hwe se de wo si kana na je se onimude nti bomoden na wura omo asoye na bibia enye kama ye ba fie ye de fie de nyina etwa so na samia sa so si amayentie sawe kofo on blasters osese gusu babra bo we ya se ya dia be ya den be kakra no ma bie ne ho a be hia no e betuma gina no sanse ha wa ye nyema no enyema enkoye samo ose kofo former Bayern Munchen blasters player ena edim komo yise Ghana yentutu yenyema yie na se ye se ya dia e be ya den e de amayen se betumi agina oman bi anim going forward no ene afutua same kofo ede amaye ne yenti same emrasisia
we cannot win against any country. If we don't fix things, we're playing Comoros here in Accra and we were scared to play. We forced ourselves to play 3-back against Comoros. We won 1-0 and there's a sloppy goal and everybody was happy. No, even though we qualified for the World Cup, that's good. Because you see, that's what I said, we lost our identity, the way we used to play. The fancy thing that people used to do when you have Polo and all those players, when you watch them as a young boy sitting somewhere and watching those players, you feel so excited. But now there's no, you go into stadium, you shit in your pants before you even get out.
Sami Kofo, Sami Tuga, and Yatenen Kano. Yeshe, Carlos Cruz and him say, Oba, or de Roger di Sa, or no, and an assistant 1. Jibo, you say, or the Desmond affair, a assistant 2. Na goalkeeper trainer and Yanyamienu, Daniel Gaspar, I 1. Fatau, Dauda, Crucia, I the goalkeeper trainer 2. Na Otuado video analysis no be maintain 2 na ono also de ne de aba abeka ho a eno ene ne efiri ho eba na fans ne de bebre na aba abegu ho no mo a yeba akomia mamra ho na menko jibo
okay next John Pizzi ntranye you right
for now dear won cap
no okay Osakufo asma wo ka no evidently clear Ghana ni bia ya we say of late, our black star has not been the black star that we used to know. Over. I'm just sure say as will be our coffee and son of a can. Clear. Your modern bo at depot, especially since this administration it take you off. The highest Ayatimiako. Except the worker we are qualifying. And then you have a couple of nations there. I think one of 16 under coach Kwesi in Egypt. Yakanyina has been disappointment. And your modern bono continue to dip. The last 2 friendly matches I bought evidently clear. Say we are not the Ghana that we used to be. That is why many of us believe we said the sacking of Otuado was the best now everything happened to your national team at this crucial time Mayoko World Cup. Now people were talking, the minister the minister went to a ball Australia Rebecca and say now he think we are not Ghana is not ready. But before that no not who say your team no to the extent that minister more predicted say we can go all out to the finals and even win the World Cup. By a ball Australia and the minister say Ghana is not ready. And of course that is true. So you'll be expecting a lot from Carlos Cruz Obey so a lot of things. Obey improve a lot of things as far as in football. No. Even the identity Ghana now we can offer.
It's a Sunday at this stage we're a lot to
we can do it. We can do it. National team is not like a club. Coach Debia, you need to be there because sometimes it takes 2-3 months and when you play no. On back 2-3 days you play a match. What I say? So he can do something if or be so person which I believe say with the profile Ekutano with Najuma Awoye the kind of players he's worked with the kind of Najuma Awoye except that at the World Cup proper no the performances and in the win situation no and yet that of convincing but at the level away say all my they gonna go back to your identity or all my your pattern of play no I appreciate about he can do it between now and to the World Cup time. So over, we will be expecting that. So China, no at the Alisa Hotel.
Sure.
Now Ghana for Central for Busa Home Sem. Now head of sports. No, no, can say so. One of us, Emmanuel, our Lisa ho. Now you could same good characters. Now call Busa question. Now you can't transportation once them. I see. But whatever be the case, Ghanaians will hear from Carlos Cruz. And the arrangement that can say if it is that arrangement that I don't think is that bad. Or a trusted number 1 assistant in Roger Disa. Then, Desmond Otuo-Acheampong, whom I see as a project. You see, he was in under 20. And I'm promoting at the bar. Maybe you've seen something in him. And you know, on say or soon be before and you're bad. Right? The goalkeepers or the neighbor. Then Fatau, a former national team player. Then or also our or part of the project no and you're bad.
Trainer the beginning so you about and physical trainer.
No, goalkeeper trainer there. No, so or the bakoba. The name is here. Ansana Fatao Assassino.
Gaspar near why?
No, the name.
Okay.
Not Fatao Assassino. So the trusted report of these are key areas because we are coach now by Juma. One area you need to be sure you goalkeeping aspect no. So goalkeeper trainer there. What do about the origin did not number. Then Ghana no what in the and all the account home. And Americano. Roger Disa as a trusted assistant, then there's one of fair no or a projector Ghana from all this one. It seems like the FN were confident in him. So it may leave it to that billion no, it's another thing. But I don't have a problem with So we expect to see something, some changes, some sort of development in a place, some sort of parting beer Ghana because let's not born the name for crowd. Now born under Otuo-Acheampong, you trans we see time na or a name. So we are opening a new chapter, and it's Carlos Cruz, an experienced coach. He's worked a lot. He's done a lot. I think he's been at a 5 or 6 World Cups, right? Just an win situation, winning four games out of many awakono. And I heard him say, maybe one of Ghana and Koye, maybe Ghana, me. Apple or no win situation as far as the World Cup no your concern so far young church na ready a big san hwasem of Ghana Football Association. I think the only interested in finding clubs GCK clubs no than to making sure that the fundamental problems no you be resolving.
I don't know kasa once wagia to say good you know who be twum ne de America ho na de na wonyu hu mfrim
matches over matches me YouTube say obi ebony a you twe na so etina shamra in the football no you go by as you stay within the legal limit of the laws. It is all go beyond that as you fine many problem with you fine but for me problem am na me kind me sense so biem on highway sport say enema esi ye nyina no bibi ene kofa bibi bae
ba bibi ni nyina ball na wo bo nyina wo ya wo sa de ne ye nye nti no matter the besie
sa bibi so kofa bae sa bibi so kofa bae so fa ye nye anam say bijutum say the clubs no are failing us because mo avenue and can some report to the incident you see here referee's conduct nanka even him the FA
one report here
from YouTube but the FA also tells us said they send an independent people there to monitor these referees and actions so what do they bring to the FA? They don't talk about the referees now.
Who refer to referees as SS now?
Of course.
On my day.
So what do they send to the FA? Referees and senior referees leader, what's the name? Referees chairman, Kote. Now all make statement and now among for criticizing or is not helping the matters. The FA is supposed to take them on because never a course no of most of them a deliberate act referees in the year to favor the opposite favor no. And the next status animal by you. And then let me beside the sports say football, you in fact crazy people. And people are sabi how much you home and football. So you expect say obi a obobo obi a wadwum e fine. You are of sound mind. It's a before background our limit so could not make us say you operate within the legal limit of you know. But over Sadiano Koye consistent, persistent, that's a cause where you lose everything.
So I
dare ultimately there are women who don't know what to say because they could be a referee, a goal stars match. A clean goal, referee is allowed. Referees no your matches. One every other week. But some say 2 weeks biano. Referee no unya kwan egna medal. They told us say referees yes and them na referee no mu admit you. E ma ne papa kra ba out. Ebe pa che. And they told us say mo free referees no. 2 weeks and we cannot referee the another match. Say if it's every other week because referee ko jina center na. The following week the likelihood so be Sanko jina center no is not the young farmer. The following week ana onya center jina. So all like that punishment of the man Julianunu. It is how we are clear so the player that they be akoso. That's the FA who are supposed to supervise both the players, coaches, and the referees. No more are the appropriate sanctions. Emma Womo. And yes, say ya. So we put your match on the book. Say, well, we lose with temper. Okay. Of all that say. So the FA no, and I'm making say the FA no. I won't a mistake in so I won't punish clubs no, and as players no. That I am with them. But what is happening to the referees? The referees will continue to do all these things, and I mean, referees, no, they do that deliberately. A lot of them, because they want a club who person in national minister. It's a person you just send it to a game no more. Who try no try so to my money for no to a craft. So you punish Amos, you punish Wahoy. I don't know. So sound no. So I don't know. But for one woman, offer someone if an answer say, person sanity by in game. You person improve. No. I think club lances in what is Papa or medium Dr. Tony Obin. He's okay a lot about this autonomous league. I want to believe a new moment because in autonomous league it will not be controlled by the FA. What I say? It is sad the machinations now of course now. Many believed it is alleged there being controlled from the top FA honor. So autonomous league in Ebas was will not happen.
So far as club administrators and have referees and
you see the point? Of I may say in autonomous league and not just club administrators. When the powerful men, I will choose referees. Instead of choose a referee, if it's a referee there, me opportunity say what was executioner. Or Baba Jumana Kwa, a dangerous. I retarded the progress of young football. And that is why Ubanian Public say, Amos is one of those players that people are only very disciplined. As a captain of Asante Kotoko, as a player of Asa with Unidilia, very disciplined. But under this situation, I'm not Kotoko against Carolina. And they move almost. I'm not acting the way say, or quality card every reference.
But I say, I come here, you will.
Mamenka Sameko for 7 kakra. Na unse ayese dansi. O shishe football team ayese dansi. Ubeto foundation e basa. Na waboso kama. Wa pentine kama. Clementino yede ya ebedu stage bidane bebuogu.
Emfa hone ne fe na e wosoro ni na. Asia ne nye.
Ghana ha yepe enne chance yebe hwechina. Nti enyoma ye nyina from political leaders everybody obia ye bibia ope enne de
enye da achina.
Nye de besi china. Eno na yama man na yesi. Enye bibia o. Politicians take decision
na nye nipa e wo muso ya adwene no gibo.
Yes say Clementino ntini ye leaders no. So tell me china say. Ntini ye leaders say ukọ outsider. Baby a Muslim nya visa mo bekoyi. Empanyifo bi na aye ho saa wo. Eno modi mra so na de o madu baby o madu. Asema make any blasters in difference nim. Me say deep down within me. Na me anim no minim reason why you could assess can say akwa Carol Squares. I tell hey Clementino, bibia no be convince me say blaster a group you be qualify.
Really?
Bibia no be convince me. See a group you be qualify. Na say we unhia obofo bi say Nyankopon be soma na anza no be ka kire wo. 1 point kura wan ha yenya. O you group nim. Na say eh simple. My memo example be Clementino. O dey from 1990. Enfamra. Okay. You born 1990 World Cup and a Cameroon quarter final. On be the first African country to go to World Cup quarter final. Meboa. Okay. Cameroon won 1990 Cup of Nations. Almost free in the group stage. Okay. But now we show more World Cup experience in the squad number 1 now. Obi say Roger Miller no about 82. So tell me can say. And within that period no more consistent. So remember 1990 no more matured. And no could do quarter final. Nigeria 1994. Nigeria and African country ko na nim yepa 1994 before Italy show mo the round of 16. No maje African Cup of Nations with Tunisia. Me the African Cup of Nations there can asem sisi yo. 1998 African country was akọ na nim we na Nigeria. Oman ko on see mo ban. It Oman 96 and 98 Cup of Nations. 96 in South Africa, 98 in Burkina. But obi bia no follow Nigeria national team no who say sa Nigeria team no mo build from 94 AJ Cup of Nations 96 Ekwaju Olympic Games for Atlanta no. So mo new opportunity ebe born 96 98 Cup of Nations and come beje. Yenko the next World Cup 2002 African country be na ko na nipa anya Senegal. Ede ni sie. Senegal Cup of Nations final and a Cameroon show on penalties. The next World Cup, African country ko nanim ye Ghana anameboa. Ye ko Afcon e wo Egypt anko ye. Eni enya abotre betre chiri ne ye hyehye ye nyoma ye. But no kra no Clementino. Na wo hwe process a players na fam. From under 17, under 20 ebana. Wo ye Ghana ni na to kra na ye Cup of Nations bi ni anya de a. Onim so ye hyehye ye nyoma kakra bi a. Anyoma be ko ye. Ye team na ekobo 2010 no. Ye Cup of Nation e wa Angola 2010. Ghana ball final. And I have a be under 24 ni FIBA 209 2010. And another players ni so any opportunity about the 206 World Cup. Asamoah Gyan, Suleiman Tari, Michael Essien, Stephen Appiah, John Mensah. Till they had experience. Ye ko Egypt. No, ye ko the next World Cup 2014 El Brazil. A problem in the but that team was a mature team because near about 2013 Cup of Nations in South Africa Cup semi-final. You bought 2014 World Cup ni we no. The next Cup of Nations you boy 2015. You know you Cup final Cote d'Ivoire the penalty share no. It was a fine margins, a details kakra bi and a BTI into Cup of Nations that period. Yemfa ye call 2022 World Cup. Ede na ekwe na Cameroon. Una hu se team ne nye. Blasters team na wo ho na Clementino enye. Enye coach akoma na $100,000, $150,000.
Hwan jibo. E coach so ho pedigree kra.
Oh. Obeti afa, o fa na so beti agofa mori no beti afa Pep Guardiola. But when the materials are not there, and no preparation, sometimes I say, you find say, unya in the few individual players be. HS or tournament abayadi. By building a team, Clementino, cohesion is very important. Should the processor, the Essien, Muntari, Asamoah Gyan, Omofemu. Essien ni Muntari, Amanfo ni mo, national under 12. Etu de blasters anytime be Essien Muntari jina park so a Muntari katana ni ko ni ba bi Essien jo be pass bo ama no. Yeti ha ye adwuma yi Clementino se me no wa ye adwuma che ene ye nyina yeti ho ase a unim se jibo tenase a me de ne fa ha de jibo betimi aye ha de jibo ntimi nye sana football tie na amanfo na epesika die no beso mo take advantage of the World Cup no mo botom ye ma.
Oh really?
Oh Tino ese kana kura che dan for say dan for grow
na ka busa say time ni nti na wo ka se coach ni ntumi ana say ne pedigree no still na nuru
nti wo de all person wo de member before the appointment of Otuo-Acheampong nti Ghana pa person ye bibi wo football ma nti Otuo-Acheampong na say fa na coach o de emphasis coach nkwa na ma resource
say no de ye say project say ye pay ne me kai at that time aban no man
sa Cup of Nations na yanko bi Morocco ne de Clementino Blasters ni ye hu si ye team ni nyewu omo ko Cup of Nations no o de Senegal mo hu mo de mo bebo World Cup no
team ni de
Morocco mo
100% no ya adwen say team no wo
Cote d'Ivoire mo obo mo the World Cup
na nye ne hye
wrestling na me hwe DR Congo omo ko ball omo game no omo ko ball to celebrate omo World Cup qualification no what the DR Congo team asata na yete ye ka say omo afem panifo nam Europe searching for players Omo DR Congo route to be part of their national team. Ya how be qualify so be bobo amagana na in the politics. Enra hwese nemu local blasters. Eno sel nemu local blasters. Ehfa na edomoko. Eno pe na mkote se omo na ekobo Mexico match no.
Anu akomeka sa pram tentro mako pram.
Eno ase momra pram. Local blasters is zuko against. Ya free players e prepare do makobo Mexico. Nya no ano no. Udobo se team na de be free here akọ Mexico no. Ye nuru Mexico na players bi su gina hodada e twa mo free Ghana akọ no. Umbeduru Mexico ni asa free players bo wonti kroma. And Azerbaijan free Ghana friendly game. Coach Ibrahim Tanko or one the list is players Adam Kobo Bodi Jana Kobo. Among for personal interest no more football, especially when it comes to a national team. And no name you do baby away. A 2 full see England. Who were GDS Croatia? Panama no crana ye boom so munyo biano. Clementino. Nancy Omoba South Africa. Ne South Africa boy. And then Ofa Ghana Blasters na fa South Africa. South Africa jina ye chen ye. Tina ye mubi na ki kase. Ude yempe coacha at least. Tino e be 2 years, 3 years in the Blasters na mano. Oko work up no crown na nkuya. And your ground so they be prepare team towards the next Africa.
Agena Ghana for.
Ba ye mana ye say. Ye team na ye wono. Si ye kofa coach or work up experience they say Carlos Cresa. Why have fun akrebet me abo. Ade ne da da ye ho.
Eno ko ba be si nyina ya adwen no. Bia na
wa be say ko work up.
Yes sound.
Wa be say ko work up ni bi contem. Contem
because e bantem.
Yeah, because e bantem.
Okay.
Ko hu Blasters ne tem. Ti say o contem.
Okay.
Tino.
Kakra na aja.
It was when pon the camera asem. Na say the hoho for so ato aso.
Hoho so kan.
Na o no moko ko jiska no we.
Amso mo mkade amso.
Teti no mso maguno.
Maguno.
Na yesa no moka.
E bia me hu ni say.
Ana league no ma film.
There no me what I heard na so the academy. Me academy yeah.
This academy ko just register there for. Genesis no mbaji omsika. Okay. Ade bi koso wo Ghana ha. Clementino. Ano de eno ya na ayi already monaka so send them ayi say ayi baseke Holy Stars so ya find no more 20,000 Ghana cedis. When is that class you crowd how it me find no more. Omo ntu eska no so bi en ho.
Samu.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a Ghana yeah. We susu ye ayi.
Yeti hey. Me probe from the FA to show a receipt. If it was bank transfer, RTU for 100,000 Ghana cedis to omo fa home receipt metre.
Sa 100,000 na dey punishment.
Omo ko sa division 2 players go against Dreams FC. Omo fa metre sa RTU for 2 years kanampa. Ya yi enwome nyina basa. Sometimes o prepare kra na wo ba adwuma. I na wo hu de o meka. But obi be fro na mo Ghana football nkoso na sa anyoma no. But the year born Clementino enye na yin nyina na ye kaka kosia enra na ye okotoko ne ha so. Nto se me say me Stanson ayi na se na me ne Zach na me catch Zach say like the IMC. Yes, they have done their part. Omo area omo ya ade. Me makase kotoko youth team ne de. A solid foundation omo jade amakotoko. But to say yes coach appointment. IMC by if there is one area Clementino a create kakra a coach appointment.
Omo for the best person and e ba na say na wo kire.
Said omo sia ye no. So tell me na say. Ebu wo ho oma, ebu wo ho enya oma. Ebu wo ho a enya oma, ebu wo ho enya oma. Ebi aka ne ntimi nka. So tell me na say. Ba wo tena se na wo hwe ni din a. Efa baabi so. Nso oma tia da kakra.
Wono de
because oma hu so oma dwuma no time aye dey aso. But there ya wo mu ni say anka ebi anka ebe wie season ni. Kanya hwe kwade kotoko top form. Sisi kotoko da say. Fifth. Jede ya say league ni second league ni reason wa Kotoko Bo Dreams and no more 3 points free gym. So tell me say what the call munua has for so ha yeti a yeka say yes has for plans am be recruit 2 players for next season because omo ya consider say league no monye enre ya Rainy Hidden ni no lawyer for asa sorry se ba na da so da ho
mokofunye mu kra
ntina etie yinim se sika no mbetua anaso muntua.
Once more prepare ni bia no my ready so mo kwakutua for na ma.
These two clubs should set a certain standard. Uko ba bia Tino eya akese no na kire nketo na nante. Omo na kase empu na ebepunu. Ena manfo betena ha ne ani abra ye ka Chelsea sem ne ho ahwan. Because these clubs omo na clubs nketo na hwe omo. Say EPL ni first year koton EPL no e dey ama company we to sponsor the EPL ya catch romo Manchester City omo Haaland omo we Chelsea omo we Chelsea aye we Manchester United omo ye we Liverpool omo ye we omo player we ni sa nyoma ni akeka nyina abum ni ahehye league na dey akoto obi anim no so magia to member sponsor league no it when these clubs decide say Clementino omo ye omo nyoma ya ye ni bibia friend say FA president ne ko decide am obi
so o hihye ni yia
o hihye ni yia
dynamic me kind of
but ye ba be drew stage say clubs in pokure be take decision am say go free FA for musa omo o yen ko busa ayi FA for no e bia na de ye be ye omo mpene so na bosume so amutua mu players ka kese sika kese na mutuatua mu players ka ene ka na eba no say na FA for no de mamo
say the fear ni say under the way nyina wo tusu ka gumi gibo mafia nda so system no
me say wo ye wonyoma ya you can fight it edufu say La Liga president obeti ama Barcelona ene Real Madrid ko relegation me bisaw La Liga president wait time Real Madrid and Barcelona ko relegation.
What dey won ko ba league na o person o gene.
Oh because of them.
Onu na gene no yes.
Me say oti ho no. Oti ho no onu amu ni team no. Enye sa clubs akese an kan the position not is no. An kan what say Greece FA president. What I'm trying to say is say because of how clubs ya yo mo ho. Eno na may sorry a na take decision be against them. Yes, so you take a decision be against them. I'm here by Drew Stager, and the referee be di kotoko ne has game no sisi oma. Almost yanka because it's true. So I'm here. I be go fast maba. Hey,
e ba go high response. Me da say striker obo Ejibo. Me de wasum dwenti e na e confuse aketo ho ne matu bia for se kwan na wonam so no wasesa ne ho. Dr. Sam Zishian wa Brepo Junction Fairgrove filling station wa wo ba say ye cataract. Glaucoma pressure na abawani ne so abafo ne suan dia wo hunu ka no obetwina najo or the prostrate sexual weak blood pressure stroke diabetes hernia memadro dia what else ya no mo bia nom be ma no pagya ne mu ukofie na no yiri kohyia na wagye atomu no na wabagye part 2 no akire din wonkofom biem 0243001058 Franco dia ofiti tere nyema so no nyenne ene ntu wo to no Samsung iPhone so ni nyina no tete so no da so washing machine microwave blender generator gas and electric stove what dia ben yan e wadum patem ha kwaja bajuel adum old Melcon Kofo clinic new kajetia ho nyina no Franco se number ne 0245316969 Zach
Tino national isi yepeu yempeu yon football no atonso yebehia drastic measures say be pete football no once again the requirements ni betimi aya no even omanya or more resources
wakade no
yes esin yempo no ehun say the best way and it's you go and pick almost omanya omo enimsi omo develop omo nkra na omo a omo ko form de abase mboma ahun so fa so no nti tete na nanom na abrofo edo mo slaves atete omo ma omo bra ye nyina no fa so a ebentimi nya na yese omo bo nkola no wi no mo te omo a ne akofo omo se mo bra amaboa onana obra no be so o man for omo because today we can't develop any better player in this system. Enya won say nansi enya player e man pass through our normal system division 1 premier enko aboche nko bo any top European league bia
this mo ho na
binje
ache
because we lack the basic. Enya first na you see proper coaching, the basics were there, boy see the talent, the BI is okay. And you know, if Yansasa Nenja any brandness has my born in a way, Ghana for being so no Okromazin Yansa. But we be national team blasters or no. A retrieve with me I say 10. Somali Munyabe share. And always get Morocco. They are one of the best buying in terms of academy. Africa, I say.
Who say I feel him? Me football ni, you know, sir. I feel the amount. Be the Senegal, you know.
Mister, one of the best academies now. Mohammed the fifth on the king Nankasa need this girl woman pono. Omoko Spain, Omako Holland. Omonam omon Crawford amako wo aboche na omo develop mo wie no na mo do wa ba se mo bo national team no Senegal check the national team na India no be say ye wo no Senegal India no boy na wa ba te no say wo no Senegal go and check them that boy Diao boy na wo Komoyi China Spain for epe no Spain, let's Spain penal because only won at no. But you see, today, truth of the matter is that the standard of the Europeans, development, no, we can't match them. Now South American football ebre. Nancy na Argentina di buga. It mean any Europeans no compete. Brazil do more Brazil kra. Na Brazil national team bi. Omo we omo because now nkwala no mpono omo ko South America ko fa Europeans no na clubs no you know what they do, they go there and pick their best talent at that young age on omo academy mu na omo tini omo, so they omo yini with European mentality. Eti we cannot match them. The only thing about me I say yes so no enti yehu akola na se ne nesa mekofo aka no yehu sa akola bi enenam Chelsea academy oyade at that age now no stage now no wako fanaba, you understand na o titino nkakra for him to have a feel of what it takes to play for Ghana. Tino ya nya sa yenko bebi ada ene look at work up e be kwetino odo nya botashe in place yi. Now aka sema yongwa wonya botre pa o de hwe enim wonom no attackers no obi no obohwe on the club me obi just mentioned we apart from semenyo obi no form biom
say wo team kra e solid. Sometimes when we rely on strikers obi kra midfielders kra team be she go by Ghana dey say ni nyina edum
baby an strength me for no so afa ye ni bi Ghana ye ade ye like bi daro no because ade Yankopon dey ache midfielders, but today Ghana is struggling to get midfielders to play for the Blasters. Eti yen jai sa suban na ya nsesa ende omodo omani na oso odo so akopra nti wenyamba nketie wopra wenyamba nkopo mbo omanyamba tino
okay.
Na yankwermo kakre bi wonde
na semra
the way you see this FA I'm say Fine. No. Unum what they've done now. Prosecutor no. Me need be am go find free by. But on your correct.
Oh, on your correct.
No, papa. Unum what they do now.
O di mra no so.
Onye mra so. Na say on your correct no.
Just so chere.
Mra be na say o charge obi a you don't listen to him. Unum here now. So charge wa. Kosroba form. They will find you.
Unti wa no asem.
Whatever reason be a no be a.
Oba panasho.
They will find you unti wa asem no. Again, what charge una option say me pe personal 101 here no. O ko on view no final. So say asem no referee no enya twiro say kim. You say you charge up, you are fine.
You are fine, and you say also menina wi yenko.
Ava. Afi minim club I en charge no. As a club will be a majority of the clubs near charge them. Now the ma asem ni awre ho na say Ghana Football Association e cool na football for football for ku. Ntizani ya wa ha yebs you meku se kuma fo no hu se panyine na odi anim no ekwan ofa so era ne ku no o kotian a ese mo sori na mo kasem
kasa so ni ntie
o dabi se so tu anam e ku ni nyina ho tie ku ni nyina betan se dabi ye ne eto abayi mu de nneoma am ne na se so se maame na asori dem maame na no ne no so
methodist maame no
methodist je me pa kire ne ba clubs no, they are quiet about this whole procedure leading to the final verdict of their cases. So I had na say clubs no do na e ka say prosecutor no kwa ye na adwumanya sa na fa so ye no esi e bia on frame me mbra
no okay senye Zak na ko twen ba obi ayi
they quiet me kai say me te say attack an one say me be say charge the board chuba no
Atadi bangwana.
No, Atapuku.
Okay.
Charge the board Chuba and one year the board Prince Usu. But Prince Usu then by near 10,000, not Chuba 20,000. So he was talking about irregularities or cases. But the point I'm trying to make is that the GFA president and his leadership will not be there if there is no football teams. So why are they quiet? Assembly said there's a can one sorry into regime no. Of I know they drew baby and sometimes you feel like let's just keep quiet on some of these issues. Because sir emremuno bibiye bobiye mfum so a ebi amona mo de mrane ba se bia tima ya charge no watamale ontimi mba akra emie nhia nti saade atwero anu disem no gu krata so na fabra ba se nipa ne ka kire wo se metimi aba be hia wo na ma kire mi nsemu a kire wo a and the nipa na ama ne ho kwan because me sure said the reason for reply no enya paper so no because ebiana clubs ni se bebi wa chirichiri prosecutor no so to akra nyu bia tia na chenchina chi so nya case a faka bra akra I think that's also a problem. But if the person request
omagban say nya full time so there
of a full time there but more that things almost 10 cases so first if the person request say
the person me
person me ba na me be chiri mu a
so man sa akonya
man ni pa na sa akonya no be chiri mu enye ni nyina na edugu krata so even court lawyer need to me sori ka kire judge say asema me nipa yi be kan asema no ohye ti yesere wa ye pe in camera yen ko hye ebia o chamber mu na yen ka asema
yen ka no ho man fa ka no so
esiwo baby bebre so sometimes you need to even respect the right of nipa ne kra wo hu ni so ye criminal ni mpo enti na akronfo ye chi omo fa esese ye di omo fa mra kwan so akopem se emra ne be kasa asomasi wa ye bone ye obi o mpa yetimi nipa 12 nipa 13 so mom enti asem no mo mfa omo nto so aba mfa verdict mbra omo de ba na judge ni tie sa na mra ye no enti se da sore na Amos Frimpong na asem aba ebi kura na on the day referee ni di kan bi atentesuo kura gu obi so
hearing
exactly Inti ebu a case ni bo ha e be safata say because ade a wo ka so bi metua 20,000 won say offer ye bosika no normal sa na asori ko offer 200 million 20,000 Ghana cedis obi ntua na say o team manager mpona boso me so a ye tua ne ka 3,000 a ye tua ne ka even 4,000 o de emfa ne say ye tua ne ka 5,000 which I know say over Kroma team manager say ne tua ka 5,000 now we did 20,000 and bosom ya ketua ma akoma akon 9
na na me ka se club ni tua
na club di tua na wo be ko free why ni pa fa wo be ko free therefore before you charge somebody this amount of money as I say ni pan beyond all reasonable doubt money pan chance to defend themselves wo
kan nyina wie na nto asomu a
some extent pokrebu also nipa na ono true statement by which is the referee as I say referee it will not be a referee's new question because of more example yes kotokokobo mediama e wotakwa any a man was it I would do not feel or Ahmed Adams ba ko red card then referee trust and report mu say player ni didi na tem nanka ye ma na few and Ahmed be 4 matches count na few ko no so koran mu say reference no a Muslim. I think Latif Adari. So no so Koran. We Cameroon, me Cameroon, me so Koran mu akase me ndidi watem. Wo so Koran mu kase me didi watem. Afina referee ni gina. Inti red card no. Do no serve matches na we time af.
Ye yida kan free so.
Na ya serve we. By amfani na few. Think na few Ahmed Adams. By na ye boys ni mu I'm fine no. Referee a man 5 matches ban.
Me Ahmed ne bunua.
Over. Inti asem say, edru ba bia me ne woni mienu sia wo ho a. Na wo kana me ka. In common de wo mu pet me pie. So the prosecutor is doing a lazy job and the clubs are not saying.
Me ho na me pen no.
Odi Zito, odi ko tu Zito so. Say Zito e attack referee. E bra na Zito e post match. Later ansa no eba abonte abeka so osere eya kwadwudwuma no moye enti ye titum se obi antimi ba akra me cheche ni nsemu ba asem ni sine nipa ne
kase me pese me nya akonya ne dia
ebi ohompa ebi amuhia ya wada ne wuku ada bia ebi asa tim ne kura no ebi next 2 weeks oba akra obetimi akase o mu ntwen me ba akra your match bi me ba ho me aka asem so ma anya ne sa na o mo ya de about 20,000 and the personalities involved. I think case where say as a Kotkotimi appeal.
Oh yeah,
because of 40,000. Kotokobo young apostles ukruma. Your titi is carry no manya 17,000 Ghana cedis. Na matches na kano nipa say Beko Stadium. So if a club is coughing 40,000 over 40,000 ye the tofu egu Kotkoba asma betimi akwa akwa win away game. So I don't think say they should be allowing some of these things to happen. And then I say, Congress, 0.7. They don't even complain. They sad. What about their various platforms? Are they speaking against this? Because in Tete clubs now few, you know. And some of the stories behind it. As some women say, Senke mos frimpong ebi ankoko Germany baby akotwa the coaching career so story na ba bonten say yaman 10 matches no unse edane so for the rest of his life
sure
now referee bi adinsem hunu yes referee ni de ye bo ne ho ban it is our referee na ye bo ne ho ban ne de yes our referee ni de ono ne punishment ni emfansie offer ebi ye referee na odinsem hunu no a wo efe ni waje atum say wo punish no no ne nioma ne ma nipa ne ye but nipa ne de odi aba ene kamara da no so ba bia say o indisciplined ya man 5 matches ban baby obeko bia da no so na referee ne de say we are protecting the image of the referee
twe maso na nyina na eba
asa no so ba what kind of injustice is that
say asam ne de ma ba tie punish o
what kind of injustice any players ne so no fa ya punish o mo publish it
ofa no me da obeda say ewia betu aso
na me kan say ten dia Ghana ha no say leaders no o mo nya memo
say leaders mo
yeah leaders no because say who say ebrebi ni ati Ghana ha ma nipa ba ko Herbert Mensah wɔne minister na anya FA president minister no kro hwɛ boss wo no wɔne ni siania anya FA president minister no amu wɔne no Herbert Mensah time ɛnɛ hwan ne betimi asɔre agyina sɛ ne ana Herbert yɛ sabe menka atiefo yaw kotokoko bobo nsu atrema unisi yi ade che first FA de ba ya ban ho asem sanctions ho asem abra na obi ahwere ne nkwa ya metre ha anke kansa bia so nsa bia bru ensamfo ankyere wo mo a na nkom tete nkran na omo sa tonsa invite yes ye mrankran ye mpanimfo eni aye sorry say stop the supporters no so yes sorry because abre bi no duru ye ne tibi sorry catch a leader say wo be man who dey tu na duru nkran ho ne ahwe ye ntia no mo nyina afoforo ka ni pray by ai kumase ya IGP afru pray ene na nkrofo to ka ba kumase ya abe chia yen ama yako na afitin kran fresa yamra
honne mo ni breed ye afiri wono mo kotwa mo ba se
sa nioma no na ese start ye ndina me se mema eni
mo start se mo na mo so mo kuguru ba ne hwan mo be de maka
ye kon hon kra be ye
mo nka mo mo
ye se fa ne fa enka na nkire se bontintu ni me fa ngudi on and the stamp se bibi base ya supporters no mo me sorry because se bia so se bia bru se referee bi kodi nsɛnwunu ma nipa timi hwere ne nkwa na just 2 weeks na osa gyina bɔ mu di na se prayer ebufu na utimi man 4 matches 5 matches ya na wa wo ye ta de no ndipa nya mienim nipa se wi a wa gyina no se bia so se bi
me da say ofa ever the aka no go highway had ya nwura
yeah to so prayer so sa
highway odaruma me da ofa say kompu Ghana say agino wo de ma fo nyame adumu a na watwi mu na watwepe na wo de yes ade no nti brand ban na apese wunya e de su dem kompu Ghana 16 branches na omo wia Ghana ha nyina no ubawura ba bia ye utobia algima nyema nko ade a ya tisusi a hwi 0302 75 20 20 JM Ado and Sons enupa no mudi aba well sleep spray me na for no boa unya bia ena be fawo abeje show kama no waye kama kill calcium tablet no waye surgery enche na je se opeso recover numbi wakasere mu be den na obatan ene de o ma akra nu for ena enka ho when plus 400 ne de empanyin no no ne de 400 suspension nso liquid no e man kra no no mo nso eyin nso na firi ho o mu didi a o ma ye kase 0509 439 063 0302 666 132 yame ya dumu a ye bebo modern na afei ya sayaba we sports ebra no nine no abo apai mu anti Stephen ade Acheampong Stephen ade Acheampong we ifru papa DSP Bright Acheampong Ashanti South staff officer and omame inspector Rosemary Acheampong omunyina ne unuanu munyina sienka mum ni amawo awodapa kama nana ya amo mazima go ne obo munyina no mo hwe attack wono mungu so na mebra atrasi nti ehun se PS nso atwiniti yenkoi news at 12 happiness good afternoon.